Alright, there we go, and we're live. So, welcome everybody to the live stream. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your Thanksgiving Day. I'm here, joined as usual for these afternoon games with my dad. So, yeah, we're going to be sitting down here to talk about some football. So, yeah, you want to preview the game we got up on deck?
Sure. So, as usual, we're playing in Dallas for Thanksgiving Day, and they'll be going up against their division rivals, the Washington Commanders. Should be an interesting day with Sam Howell at quarterback, leading the league in passing yardage. So, against Dak Prescott, who's having an exceptional year this year as well. So, the opportunity is there for a fairly high-scoring game. We'll see how that works out, but that's what I anticipate.
Yeah, well, as we talked about in the right before we went live, I'm going to be hoping for a very big day for Dak Prescott here, because I need him and CeeDee Lamb to pop off.
And I need Dak Prescott not to do anything today because my opponent has him in my fantasy league. So.
And no, we're not playing each other in fantasy.
No.
Although I did ask about if you guys could find a way to get me in there for this year.
Yes, you did. But we already had 10, so.
Yep.
No, I do have Pollard, though, so I am going to be rooting for the Cowboys a little bit.
Honestly, I really like Pollard, too, so.
I don't care one way or the other. I just want him to get points because I have him in my fantasy team.
Yep, so there we go. We should be all set up and, yeah, ready to go.
Did pretty well in the first game today. I had Laporta for Detroit, and then I had A.J. Dillon for Green Bay, and they both put up good points for their respective positions. Dillon put up 9.5, and Laporta put up 15. So,
all right, yep, and yeah, my fantasy was carried very. My early part of the day for the fantasy was absolutely carried by the duo of Green Bay receivers with Christian Watson and Jaden Reed both putting up some good points for me. So, yeah, they pretty well carried that part. I gotta wait till Sunday for most of my star running backs. Of course, Deuce Vaughn is on my fantasy team as a late round pickup, but he is out for the day. I don't know what injury he has, if it was a season-ending injury, because he hasn't been in for a while. But, yep, so.
I'm pretty excited. I got Garrett Wilson back in my lineup. I put him back in this week because he's not going to be being thrown to by Zach Wilson. So.
Yeah, and you actually have a former Packers quarterback starting for you.
That's right. So I'm hoping Garrett Wilson will light up the field on Sunday. Or Friday. No, he's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, which we're also broadcasting.
No, I won't be home. Oh. I'm not home till after 4 p.m. I'll miss the first hour or so of that game.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I would love to do that one with you. But, no, not unless I end up getting sick halfway through the day and they send me home early.
Okay.
We'll see.
Your Walmart blue turning a little green?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in the middle there, it'll hit Dolphins teal at some point.
At some point, yes.
Going from light blue to Jets green.
So what are you thinking is going to happen today?
Honestly, normally I would probably be very much in favor of expecting a Dak Prescott masterclass, although, honestly, Sam Howell leading the league in passing yards, it could go either way, honestly, as to which quarterback puts on a masterclass here.
Yeah, so Sam Howell, the household name for quarterbacks. I don't
Him
understand.
and C.J. Stroud holding it down.
Don't understand, but and they played some decent teams, so
they've played the Eagles twice.
Yeah, it's not like they've had an easy way of it, but man, he's got in some good passing yardage. What's their record anyway?
Who, the Commanders?
Yeah.
Let me look real quick.
Didn't mean to hit you with one you didn't have up.
Yeah, no worries. They are 4-7.
4-7, leading the league in passing.
Well, again, reminder that they took the Eagles into overtime for one of those losses. They also put up another 31 points against the Eagles in their other loss to the Eagles. So, I mean, that's 2 losses to the Eagles where they put up amazing points. So, I mean...
What's going on with the Eagles, anyway?
They're playing up and down to their opponents. When it's a good team, they play really well and try and make it a close game. And when it's a bad team, they seem to play down to them and make it still a close game.
It is pretty nice that my Jets gave them their only loss for the year.
Yep.
In game number 1.
Yeah, so I mean the Commanders, they actually had a 2-win start to their season, beating the Cardinals and Broncos. But then they had some tough losses like the Eagles twice. They lost to the Bears early in the year, and then losing to the Giants last. Actually, they lost to the Giants. The Giants swept them this year. Are those Giants' only 2 wins were both against the Commanders? Yep. Literally, the Commanders are the only wins the Giants have this year. So yeah. Seems weird that the Commanders being a weird team, and that goes back how many years at this point? Of them being a weird to pretty bad team?
I would say it goes back a long way.
Yep.
Archie Griffin. Yeah.
Yeah, so couple of updates to your little list here, just kind of looking over at your your roster. Montez Sweat and Chase Young were both traded away at the trade deadline, so that's 2 DNs.
Okay.
And those are their starting DNs that they traded away.
Yep.
So Chase Young is now a 49er. We'll see him later tonight. Well, I'll see him later tonight in the 49ers-Seahawks game. And then Montez Sweat is now a Bear. Not sure why the Bears were trading 4 people at the deadline, but that's what they were doing. So
optimism.
Yep. So here we go. So yeah, we're just kind of waiting it out for the game to start. We're about 7-8 minutes away from kickoff. So, do you want to pull up your Cowboys roster? We can talk about some of their players.
Sure.
Since the Commanders don't have very many offensive players to talk about.
Pull up my Cowboys roster. This is pulling up my Cowboys roster.
Yeah. You gave me how much warning that I need to print it off before dinner? Before Thanksgiving dinner here?
Yes, we do print off the internet.
She asked me for it.
I'm old. I couldn't see my iPad when we're doing this. So.
Yeah, so he asked me for that, which isn't all that much better.
It's not, but I don't have to thumb through it trying to get to where I want to be.
Yeah. Like, for example, I don't even see quarterback on there, but we know... Oh, there he is. Not sure why quarterback's so far down the list, but...
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm assuming those are in alphabetical order, and that's why. So
okay,
quarterback to running back.
But that's wide receiver right at the top for CeeDee Lamb.
I got nothing.
It's what I could find.
Yep.
Yeah, you gave me short warning on needing it, so... Yep.
This guy's name is just way too long.
Alec Taylor...
Prelow.
Prelow?
I don't know. But it came out in very small print because it was so long.
Yep. So I see QB, and then I guess they've got...
that's what it is. QB's all the way across.
Yeah, so each row is a position group. So, like, for example, you got... I'm assuming that's defensive ends there with Lawrence and Williams and all of them.
Yep.
But, yeah, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense why QB is the second to the bottom there with running back below him.
No, but now that I know what it is, I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, the Commanders one came out way back. So, alright. So, yeah, that's pretty much what we're talking about. And obviously, neither one of us have our favorite teams in the game. So, we can kind of just relax and cheer on a good game, right?
That's what I'm looking for. I'm not a fan of either team. Basically, if the Jets aren't in it, Philadelphia isn't in it, and Green Bay isn't in it, I'm pretty much out.
That's an odd collection of favorite teams there.
I know.
Yep.
Especially living in Maine.
Yeah, well, for me, for me, it's Colts and Niners. Colts first, no doubt about it, and then Niners are my NFC team.
Niners.
Yep.
San Francisco.
Yep.
West Coast.
Yep.
The other side of the earth, pretty much.
There isn't much for East Coast in the NFC. I mean, you've got Philadelphia. I mean, think about it. The NFC East has Dallas in it. Let me guess. Fair?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, they've got the New York Giants, but I mean, aside from the fact that that they have my brother, that they have the other Manning brother, or had the other Manning brother for years, not much really to like about the
I like
Giants.
them. I like them because they always took down the Patriots.
Well, yeah. Yeah, that was Eli Manning was doing.
Yeah, I was always happy with the Giants. So.
Yep, especially that 2007 Patriots team.
Even if I do have to share a stadium with them.
Yep. Let me guess, you count beating the Patriots in the Super Bowl as paying rent?
Yes. Yes.
So whose stadium was it first? Was it the Jet Stadium first and then the Giants moved in, or how'd that work? Do you know? Since I know you're more of a Jets historian there.
I have no idea.
Okay, wasn't sure if you knew the
I
answer
couldn't
on that
even
one.
tell you how old that stadium is.
All right.
You're going to go look that up, aren't you?
I can go ahead and look it up. Yep.
Pulling up that old Google box.
Yep. $16 old.
2007. So they've both been in it that long.
Yep. So I guess the real question is, how long have the Giants and Jets shared a stadium? And the game hasn't started yet up there.
We got volleyball on right now. So.
I'll make sure. Okay, yeah, it's still watching at Dallas. And I say we are technically 2 minutes away from kickoff, but it seems like they should be doing some kind of pregame.
They are. They're pre-gaming with volleyball.
Yeah. Well, let's just hope that CD Lamb isn't spiking surefire touchdowns into the ground.
There you go.
Since 1984, when the Jets left New York for New Jersey. So the Giants had the New Jersey Stadium first, and then the Jets moved in.
Okay.
So I guess you guys need to be the ones to find a way to pay the Giants rent. Would seem to be the way it would go.
It does seem as though it would be that way. And now we're seeing Dallas coming out onto the field.
Yep. So that 7-3 record, it's actually pretty good there for them.
Like I said, I'm not a Dak Prescott fan, but I'll give him credit where credit's due, and he's had a fairly decent season this year. He's looked pretty good.
Oh, that thing I looked at earlier, that must have been outdated because the Giants actually got 3 wins now.
Okay.
Let's go figure out where that 3rd win came from. Because they beat the Commanders twice.
Looks like Jim Nantz and Tony Romo are going to be on.
Oh yeah, and then they we actually talked about this game as it was happening because we were talking Jets Cowboys at the same time as the Giants mounted the late game comeback against the Cardinals back in week 2. So that's where that other one came from.
speaking of overrated quarterbacks for the Cowboys, Tony Romo is going to be doing the TV version of this game.
All right.
Not that anyone's going to be watching the TV version because they're all going to be listening to us.
Yep, because we're totally more informed than Tony Romo. How many passing touchdowns have you thrown for?
None.
Sam.
How many interceptions have I thrown for?
None. Hey, you know what? You also have the same number of Super Bowls as he does.
That's true.
There we go. Although I'm sure Cowboys fans are saying it's their year.
Well, for some reason, I have a feeling his bank account might look better than mine.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how it be sometimes. I will say the Broncos are making a late season push for that for the playoffs here.
That defense is fantastic.
And honestly, the offense hasn't looked half bad this year.
No.
Actually, I'd say it's been more often the defense letting down the offense than the other way around for the Broncos. But they're still short of a playoff spot just a little bit right now.
Yep.
Of course, we'll have to wait and see how Sunday unfolds because you got the Bills playing the Eagles. That's going to be a tough game, and the Bills trying to hang on to that one. All right, let's see what the actual playoff seeding would look like here. So, here we go. There we go. So, for the AFC, you'd have the Ravens would be the number 1 seed, and the Eagles over on the NFC side of things being the number 1 seed. A 2-game difference between the Ravens and Eagles there.
Look at that Lions.
Yeah.
8-3, and that's just after losing to Green Bay today.
Yep. Of course, if the Niners can beat the Seahawks, and I think that's being played in Seattle, if I'm not mistaken. If they can get that win, then they might leapfrog the Lions for the number 2 seed. But and I'd say still, Lions haven't a shot at their first playoff berth in a long time.
Yeah.
Then, speaking of teams who feel like they haven't made the playoffs in a while, Jacksonville made it last year, but prior to that, they hadn't had a playoff push in a while. Yeah. Then you got the Saints being the winners of the whatever you call the NFC South, because there's quite a few choice words, I'm sure.
At 5-5, they're in first place. So
Yep.
If that tells you anything.
And they're playing against the 4-6 Falcons in their own division on Sunday.
But they at least have a even record as the number 1 team.
Hey, since Colts have that same record, any chance we can just steal that playoff spot?
I think not.
Oh, man. And then there's the Miami Dolphins. They've got a 7-3 record. Going to look to try and improve that to an 8-3. Or, in your opinion, you think that that would be not improving their record?
I am not a Miami Dolphins fan, being a New York Jets fan.
Even though you actually quite like Tua, if I'm not mistaken.
I do like Tua. I actually like the Dolphins. I can't really lie about that. I think they have a pretty fun team, but they're playing against the Jets this week, so I have to get out of my comfort zone and just be a Jets fan this week. Only.
Yep. Time to watch Jalen waddle into the end zone for a touchdown. Or 5. Jalen Waddle. Then you've got Tyreek Hill over there, which is only making that team more of a speed demon.
Yeah, we can talk about the Jets. We don't have to talk about the Dolphins.
But the Dolphins are the one in the playoff hunt.
Yeah.
Which is what we're talking about when we're actually going down here. Then you got the Cowboys, who we're about to go watch play the Commanders here. They're at 7-3. A win today. Well, they can't, and that's kind of a weird thing with the NFC East is that they have a record that could get them to the 2nd or 3rd seed, but because the 1 through 4 seeds are all the division winners,
yep,
it's a 1st or 5th seed for them. There's no in between.
There's nothing in between.
Even though I think the Cowboys are probably deserving of probably the number 2 or 3 seed in the NFC right now. Speaking of teams that are probably deserving of better records than they have, the Cleveland Browns, which, I mean, they have survived injury after injury, and they still managed to come away.
Significant injury after injury.
I mean, Nick Chubb, being the big one for me at least, that one was a heartbreaker to watch go down. Much unlike Deshaun Watson going down, which
started out down, came back and went down. So.
Yep. And I think there were a lot less tears shed over Deshaun Watson going out than Nick Chubb.
Yep.
Although, of course, you never want to see any injury, but...
But I assume that there were a lot of women laughing and crying at the same time when he went down.
Yep.
But they're still at 7-3, so...
Yep. And time to see if the backup quarterback can lead them there. Then you got Houston and the potential MVP candidate there, C.J. Stroud, going up and getting the 6th seed there. A 6-4 record.
Yeah. Who would have picked the Texans to even have a winning record at this point? 6-4 in the 6th position.
Well, I mean, they kind of traded 2 years worth of drafts to try and pick up some key players. So,
and still, no one expected that they'd be 6-4 at this point in the season.
I certainly wasn't. I certainly wasn't hoping that they'd be better than my Colts, but
I mean, I kind of like the Texans. I like that gritty play that they have. C.J. Stroud, I think, fits in so well down there.
Yeah, and then you got Will Anderson Jr., the defensive end that they picked up with the other top 5 pick that they traded for. He's been playing pretty well.
We're coming up to kickoff.
Yeah, and it's going to be Commanders receiving the ball. Wow, I already had that down.
It is. Commanders are receiving the ball, going from left to right, and they're going to take a touchback in the backfield, and it will come out to the 25 to start this game off.
Over 3,000 passing yards already this season for Sam Howell.
3,038 passing yards. Incredible for, household name Sam Howell.
Yep. Safe to say that when they went to go change their names, if they went and became the Washington Wolves or something, or even the Red Wolves, if they wanted to keep the red in the name from when they were forced to change their name, the Howell thing was right there. And big run up the middle.
8-yard running play right up the middle.
For number 8, that's Brian Robinson.
Brian Robinson Jr.
So, nice early season or early game run play. Always nice to see the run game getting involved early.
Well, the run sets up the pass.
Yep. And especially if your team can find success doing both, it makes it very hard to defend as they hand it off up the middle and goes nowhere. Might have even gone for negative yard or 2.
No, he might have gotten a yard.
You think so?
It's close.
Yeah.
We'll see where they spot it.
I'm gonna say Micah Parsons on that D line this year is certainly changing some things up because he's playing D end as opposed to linebacker. Yeah. This year, because last year you played linebacker. And former Colt Stephon Gilmore in the cornerback position for the Cowboys today.
Still 3rd and 2, so he just didn't make it anyway.
Yep, they ruled it right at the line of scrimmage,
although he did pick up half a yard.
Yep. And here we go. You got Howell in shotgun, take snap, flip pass.
Nice.
Yeah, nice
and
quick
some big yardage.
Yeah, and once again, Brian Robinson Jr., the only player involved so far in all 3 plays.
That's a nice pass for Sam Howell to get started.
Yep, gotta love that snap to pass time ratio.
19 yards on the pass,
which was a major talking point last week.
Yep.
When you and I were talking Jets-Bills. So, yeah, big first down for Washington.
1st and 10 from the Dallas 47.
Yep. So, in shotgun, fakes the handoff, looking for the pass, and
going to get sacked.
Yep, that Dallas defensive line got through and sacks him deep. Going to be a loss of 5-6 yards there?
Oh, at least.
Loss of 8 on the play there, so.
Yeah, he just held the ball too long.
Yeah, well, Yeah, I probably needed to try and go for a throwaway and just couldn't find a person to throw to because he was still within the tackle, so he had to throw it at somebody.
Yep.
Sacked 50. That's his 52nd time getting sacked. That's a lot. And that's an incompletion there. And I think intended receiver was number 17 there, Terry McLaurin.
That's going to make a 3rd and 18. That's going to be a pretty tough pickup right there.
Yep. And especially where now Dallas knows you're going for the pass play because there's no way you're running the ball on this.
I don't know. I may actually go for the go for the delayed handoff in this position. Although he has nobody in the backfield.
Yeah, nobody in backfield. You got 4 receivers out wide and 1 in the slot too here.
He's going for the pass. Drop back. Short pass though.
Yeah, short flip pass here. Going to try and get the yards after catch and not quite enough. It's going to be 4th down.
Back to the 43-yard line of Dallas though, so he made back all but about 5 of what they needed.
Yeah, so that was backup running back Antonio Gibson there on the play there.
So Washington's going to punt here. It's going to be an interesting punt, 4th and 6 at the 37, because it's got to be a short punt to keep it inside the playing field. Pooch punt. Fair catch called for at the 9-yard line and caught safely by number 9 of Dallas, and that would be Brian Anger.
Cavante Turpin.
Sorry, or Cavante Turpin.
Yeah.
Because there's 2 of them.
Because he's their punt returner and kick returner, and that's what those 2 lines I'm assuming are at the bottom there. Because kick return and punt return isn't always the same person.
So you sure they don't have 2 people named with that name?
I'm pretty certain.
Pretty certain.
Unlike your team, which would actually employ 2 people with the exact same name.
One being a junior and one not being a junior. And
well, one's technically the second, not a junior.
Oh, not a junior. Okay. A second and
Michael Carter the second and Michael Carter.
Not related.
Yep. So here we go. We're gonna say. So ball is now over on the Cowboys side, and yeah. So far opening set of downs. Washington is showing some life, which is always nice to see.
It is good to see, especially in a game like this, because they really have to show that they have what it takes to stand up to Dallas, and I think they did that in that first series of downs.
Yep, it's just a matter of whether they can keep showing that going forward.
Yeah, I think that depends on the Dallas defense. Can they catch up with what the Commanders have to offer on offense? Can the offense overcome that if they do? So.
Yep. So here we go. We're all set. Got everything going, and yeah, we've gone through most of the storylines from around the league. I guess while we're at commercial break, we can go back to our playoff talk. So Seattle Seahawks only about a game behind the 49ers. If they can win this game here tonight at home against the 49ers, they could take the lead in the NFC West.
That's a pretty interesting division because I think everyone expected the 49ers to be doing well. I'm not sure anyone really expected Seattle to be doing as well as they are. But I guess after last year, they should have kind of seen that coming. But
yeah, considering they found a star quarterback in Geno Smith.
Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of star quarterbacks in that game tonight, you also got Sam Darnold in backup duties for Brock Purdy.
Yeah, I wonder if they made him the starter, he'd probably be throwing for 500 yards today. Because that's what he did when he was with the Jets.
Yep, totally.
For his whole career.
Yeah, that was his career yardage. Yeah. And he'd probably do that in the first quarter for the Niners.
That might have actually been his interception career numbers.
Okay, here we go. Prescott back to pass. Looks gets the target completed to
First
number
down for 13 yards. Number 13.
Michael Gallup.
Michael Gallup.
So his, gonna say Prescott's career against Washington at home, 5-0. So here we go. Last 4 games, he's at a 4-1 record over the last 5 games.
14 passing TDs in those 4 games.
Yep. Takes snap, drops back, looking.
Deep drop. Oh.
I'm curious.
Is that a flag? Yep.
Yeah, is that pass interference?
I don't know. That was pretty early. If it was pass interference, the flag came out before the ball did.
And before the defender even really made contact.
That could have been a holding.
Let's see. What's it going to be?
Looks like pass interference, but no, prior to the pass.
Oh, okay.
So illegal contact.
Illegal contact prior to the pass on CD Lamb.
I thought that flag came out awful early.
Yeah.
For DPI.
I just saw the hit. I just saw the contact about a half second before the ball really got to the defender. Even though that's very much a ticky-tack type of penalty if they had called that one. And they're showing CD Lamb a lot.
So Pollard comes out, 5-yard rush there for his first running play.
Yep. And making it a 2nd and 5 here. So Brandon Cook's wearing number 3 here. And you got CD Lamb in the 88 there. So Dak
drops back again. Oh, long pass.
Deep!
And he's got an opening.
And over
CD Lamb, but overthrew him.
Yeah, overthrows CD Lamb there, and that's going to be an incomplete pass. 3rd and 5 here.
That has got to be a deep pass if CD Lamb can't run underneath it.
Yep.
But boy, did he have his defender beat.
Yeah, and that was an air ball there, too. I mean, how many air yards was that?
That was a long toss.
And that might be more air yards than Patrick Mahomes has had all year.
All right, let's see.
Because Mahomes always seems to have those short little juke-off passes that then Kelsey takes for 30 yards and a touchdown.
3rd and 5, drops back to pass. Pass up the middle, and again, too late, too far.
Overthrowing number 18, it looked like, on the Cowboys here. Number 18. Who is that?
That's a good question, right there.
Oh, there we go. Jalen Tolbert. Oh yeah, I think I remember him getting a touchdown against the Jets in week 2.
All right, so the Dallas Cowboys are back to punt, and the punt is off. Looks like a really nice punt back to the 4-yard line.
And they try and return it.
Oh, he gets taken down at the 2, but he got a face mask on it.
I think he might have been taken down at the 1, but again, yeah, that face mask is going to give him 15, right?
Yep.
So that'll be what, I'll line him up at like the 16, maybe 17-yard line, depending on the spot of the ball.
Yep.
Assuming that that's what the flag is for, which we assume. Yep, there it is.
Personal foul, face mask.
Yep. On the kicking team, number 54 on the Cowboys. Williams is the name. Williams, number 54.
That is not a good sort.
Yeah. I say, the hard part is not knowing if it's an offensive or defensive player. Also, could be that they elevated somebody.
Yeah, as I say, he might not even be on their roster.
Yeah, because, again, I was trying to find rosters and didn't necessarily grab the most up-to-date one.
Can't see the number.
Number 51 for Johnson. Williams was the last name. Might be easier to find the last name.
Or it might not be easy to find anything.
Yep.
We'll just go with Williams.
Yep. So, yeah, we're just hanging out here, and, yeah, we're having a pretty good day so far. Got to watch the Green Bay Packers take down the Lions. Well, got to listen to it on different streams because we don't have access to Fox.
Pretty rough not having access to Fox for games.
Yep.
During football season.
When half the games are on there. But, yeah, so then we got our number 7 seeds right now, which are the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Minnesota Vikings are the 7 seeds. So, which one do you want to start with?
Well, the Pittsburgh Steelers are surprising me this year. I didn't think they were going to be as good as they are. Coming out with a 6-4 record, 3rd in the AFC North. So, I think that's better than I expected.
Yeah, and that's also the first time since like the 80s, or since the 90s or 80s, that they actually fired a coach mid-season.
Yep.
Getting rid of Matt Canada there, which I know a lot of Steelers fans were clamoring and begging for him to go, which now I think should put the pressure entirely on Kenny Pickett here these next 3 weeks to kind of prove that, hey, Matt Canada was the problem and it wasn't just him.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it was entirely Canada's fault, even though I don't think Canada was blameless in that situation. And then you got the Vikings, who have endured a number of injuries as well, which injuries seem to be the theme of the playoffs.
Yet still, 6-5 record is not. That's not bad for the Vikings,
especially when you factor in that. Last week against the Broncos was their first loss without Justin Jefferson on the season.
Yep.
And in their first few games with Jefferson, they were 1-4 in their first 5 games with Jefferson before his injury.
All right, here we go. From the 18-yard line.
Okay, so that's a very generous spot of the ball after the tackle.
Oh, it's from where the...
it's from the spot of the foul.
Okay. Is where he caught it.
All right. And a run up the middle from...
for 0.
Yeah,
maybe a yard.
Yeah, by number 8, that's sad. Wait a minute.
8's Brian Robinson again.
Yeah. I just saw they put up a graphic with a bunch of their former quarterbacks, and I saw number 8 throwing a pass, and it's like, why are they showing a number 8 who threw a pass, considering he's a running back right now? But then I realized it was their last several QBs they were showing.
All right, 2nd down and 9 from the 19.
Yeah, Howell in shotgun here, fakes the hand. Oh, no, he actually does the handoff.
Pass and goes for the handoff.
Yeah, that was actually a really good fake.
That was a 6-yard pickup right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Brian
see.
Robinson again. He's been the entire offense so far this
yeah, it'll be 3rd and 3 here. So, I mean, I don't see a reason why you don't hand it to him again on this play, even though you want to try and get some passing included.
I think this is where you go for the run, the fake run pass.
So, basically what I thought they did last time.
Just the opposite of what they did last time.
Yeah, well.
Let's see.
Here you go, drops back, looking for the pass. He evades a tackle, throws it, and gets it completed.
First down, no laundry. So.
Terry McLaurin. That's their number 1 receiver there.
Yep.
Here we go. Yeah, I mean, he got lucky getting away from that defender there.
Yeah, had some pretty good pressure there from the defense, but
he escapes.
He escaped
by the skin of his teeth there. Here we go. Sam Howell once again lined up in shotgun.
1st and 10 on the 33-yard line.
Fakes the handoff, goes for a short pass here to number 4.
Oh, another face mask.
Let's say, was that a face mask or a horse collar?
It should have been one or the other.
And I'm not seeing a flag.
I'm not seeing any yellow.
Are you kidding me? Where's the flag? I mean, seriously, where is the flag?
I'm telling you, it's the NFL today.
Oh, wait, I forgot. They're in Dallas. They're
in Dallas, and it's against Washington, so you don't call stuff on...
Yeah, and of course, Washington now having the old Kansas City offensive coordinator, Eric Bieniemy there, calling the offense. Oh, and another horse collar.
Another horse collar. 2 in a row.
And I'm not seeing a flag again. I mean, they're making the plays regardless, but there still should be penalties, right? Just because they make the play doesn't mean a flag can't come out, right? Okay, seriously.
1st and 10.
1st and 10. 5 completions to 5 different receivers. That's actually pretty impressive on the first 5 throws of the
Especially
day.
since we've called Robinson's name about 100 times and is only halfway through the first quarter.
Yeah, well, that's because there's been a lot of run plays.
Yeah, but he caught the first pass, too.
Yeah.
Sam Howell.
Throws to number 4, Curtis Samuel.
Yep, as he rolled out to the right.
I believe that's a repeat receiver now.
That's the first time I've seen him actually roll out to one of the sides.
Aside from the pressure.
Yeah, aside from the pressure forcing him off to the right. But this time he actually rolled off to the right.
Yeah, well, he seems like he's very comfortable in a pocket, which is a problem because that line doesn't give him a pocket for very long.
Well, he's actually doing pretty well back there.
Yeah. I mean, again, like a team allowing 52 sacks this far into a season.
Drops back.
Oh, Brian Robinson bobbles it. He had that too, and it probably would have been a first down.
That was about a 1.3 snap to pass. 1.3 seconds on the snap to pass, and Robinson bobbles that ball. Might have been too quick for him.
Yeah. So, yeah. So he's had 8 different attempts now.
This is my first time really watching Sam Howell. I'm pretty impressed so far.
Yeah, don't think they're going to be trading him away. Oh, that Cowboys line once again breaking the pressure. Now, 4th and 2. I'm assuming you punt it here.
You got to punt this away.
Especially where I don't think they've gotten downfield. Although, again, like if they could have gotten a flag going there, actually, they're on the Cowboys side
of the field.
You can't kick it from you can't kick the field goal from there. So it would have to be a 2nd and 2, and it's a long 2 as well. Yeah. If it were a short 2,
looks like Cowboys are coming after the punt, which is nope, they didn't.
Faking the aggression.
Fair catch called for at the 10.
Yeah, Cavante Turpin again.
And the Cowboys will take over at the 10-yard line.
And here we go. Back on the charge here. So going to commercial break, and I guess we can keep talking about some of these other playoff contenders. So yeah, the Vikings losing Kirk for the year is going to be a big loss.
That is going to be a big loss.
Supposedly, Justin Jefferson should be back either Sunday or next week.
Who's going to throw to him?
That would be Josh Dobbs, the Pastronaut. Hey, you know what? He made that Cardinals team look halfway decent with next to nothing.
He's another one. I didn't see that one coming, but he's actually a fairly decent quarterback.
Yeah, so now we'll talk about some of these teams that are on that bubble for making the playoffs, and I think we'll start with the AFC side of things since both of our teams are on there.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure mine's on the bubble.
Well, no, but it's on the AFC side of the bracket.
It is on the AFC side of the bracket. Before this week, we were on the bubble.
Yep, and then losing to the Bills definitely didn't help.
No.
But, Buffalo Bills being that first team out, it is going to be a big game against the Eagles, which I'll be streaming that one. I don't know if you want to join me for that one or not. We'll have to wait and see, I guess.
When's that one?
It's a 4:30 game on Sunday.
On Sunday?
Yeah, 4:30 Sunday afternoon.
Probably yes.
All right, cool. All right, so so Bills Eagles, that's going to be a big one for playoff contention. If the Bills can defeat the Eagles, it'll put them in very exclusive company of AFC teams to take down the Eagles so far this year.
Yep.
Then the second team, the Colts up there, we're only a half game behind Buffalo right now, which is not bad.
But you're third in the AFC South, though.
Yeah, because the Houston Texans are up there in the playoffs. Yeah. Although our record against the, we got swept by the Jaguars, which is the big loss, but we actually have a win against the Texans already.
Yep.
And I believe
early in the season, right?
Yeah, it was week 2, I believe.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think we play the Texans at the very end of the season. So yeah, so we play Buccaneers, Titans, and then a wounded Bengals team. And then yeah, we play the Texans last week of the regular season. Oh, and we missed the first snap of the Dallas possession.
It's okay. So did
Dallas.
So did Dallas because they got a false start on it.
Zach Martin, the one of the best offensive linemen in the game right now, with the false start there. And yeah, right now they're showing some highlights here, but yeah, the
so it's going to be 1st and 15 from the 5.
I will say I actually quite like this Colts second half of the season. What the? No, that's live. That was a big bomb there.
You missed the first half of the pass there.
Yep. That's
I guess so.
That's live, and number 87 on the catch there, Jake Ferguson, I believe.
Yep. Jake Ferguson.
And yeah, that was thrown out the end zone.
Yeah, Dak from the end zone gets about a 35-yard pass out of it.
Yeah, something like that. Gets it to the 40, so here we go.
It'd be just about a 35-yard pass from the 5-yard line.
Yep. Well, if you're counting air yards, he was all the way back in the end zone when he threw it, so
9-yard rush there for Pollard.
I think might have gotten 8 on that one. We'll have to see the spot of the ball, but close. Big thing is short of the first down.
Yes.
And yep, they're giving him the 9 yards. So
2nd and 1.
They say Pollard right up the middle here for the conversion. Is that what you would do or no?
Probably.
All right, yeah, hand it off. And, tackled in the backfield by the Deron Payne there.
Holy moly. He put some pain on Pollard in that one.
Yep. So, yeah, that's...
Loss of 3.
Yeah, he's an interior D lineman for the...
That was beautiful.
And, able to tackle him without drawing a foul, which is impressive.
Who's 63 on the offense? Because he just lost his shorts.
Tyler Valdez.
Yeah. All right, 3rd and 4 from the 46-yard line.
It takes
that quick pass, gets the first down.
Extremely quick pass there.
CD Lamb.
Let's go. Let's go CD Lamb.
Crosses the 50.
Yep. Here we go. He's got 37% of the team's receiving yards
this season. Yeah.
Yep.
So from the 46-yard line of Washington,
he fakes the handoff. That was beautiful.
Beautiful fake.
Oh,
but a terrible pass.
Yeah, Brandon Cooks, the intended receiver on that, only got about one hand on it.
Yeah. And it was behind him.
Yeah.
Oh
man.
I mean, again, not really a Dallas fan, but when you juke the team that badly and then blow that pass, that's awful.
Yeah, you can't be doing that. 3 for 6 so far today for Prescott, and the passes he's missed have been some of the easy ones. Not Michael Gallup, number 23. And a late hit on the Commanders team.
Who's 23?
He'd be a running back, I'm guessing. Rico Dowdle. Holding on the offense. That looked like a late hit on the...
I thought they were going to get a late hit on that, too.
Okay, let's see. Oh, no, yeah, it totally pulled him to the ground.
I'm not sure he did.
I would watch that one again, because, you could see the shirt stretching.
I saw the shirt stretching, but that was a weak call for a holding.
Yeah.
Especially from a
wide
receiver.
Yep. Would have loved to have seen a replay of the what I thought was a late hit, because maybe he made the hit just before the guy got out of bounds. Oh.
All right. Another Dallas penalty. Back another 5 yards.
Is that a Dallas?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Because I saw...
that's illegal motion.
False start there. I just saw Dak pointing right at that defender who moved right up on the line. And
The defender can move up on the line as long as he doesn't cross it.
I just thought that was Dak trying to point at him for a penalty.
He
instead.
was trying to say that the guy came across, but he didn't.
Yep.
So Dallas is all the way back to their own 39 here.
Second and 25. Oh my!
Oh, now that time he did draw them across. So Dallas has a free play.
We'll see. There is a flag down. We'll have to see what.
That was definitely the Commanders were
offsides.
Yeah, offsides on that one, but it won't matter because they picked up about 18 yards on the pass. So
yeah, a gain of about 17. So decline penalty here, probably.
19-yard gain.
So 3rd and 6 or 2nd and 20.
Offsides, penalties decline.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I would take a 3rd and 6 over a 2nd and 20 any day.
Yeah. So back over the 50 again from the 43-yard line. Pitch to Pollard. And Pollard gets the first down and more.
Yeah, gets brought down at what, like the 29-yard line?
Yeah, 29-yard line. So
that'll be 1st and 10 here for the Cowboys. Yeah. Starting to make some steady progress here late in the quarter.
Well, they keep moving back too, though.
Well, it feels like it should be late in the quarter, but it probably is only like halfway through the quarter. Let me get
we were halfway through the quarter a while ago.
Oh yeah, we got 2 minutes 20 left in the quarter here. As
Dak drops back, short pass to Pollard. Pollard picks up another 6 or 7 yards.
Ball came loose?
Oh.
I don't know. I mean, otherwise, that's definitely a late hit from somebody, but...
No, the ball was loose because Pollard's standing up and he doesn't have a ball in his hand.
Yeah. CeeDee Lamb came up with it, though, after the dog pile.
Well, I think they called it down on contact.
The knee got it. Oh, but then CeeDee Lamb manages to swipe the ball away, which is beautiful there.
Yeah, just before the knee hit.
So does that hurt your fantasy lineup to have Pollard fumble it even though it was recovered by the Cowboys?
I don't know. I'll have to look at that.
Because I can't imagine that would be something I would want to help him if I'm the one creating the points.
And another first down for the Cowboys.
Yep. Number 23 on the run there. Oh, yep. Alright, so here we go. Let's see. What do we got here? So, who was that? So that was Rico Dowdle, and now they're within first down range here. So, or they're within kicking range, so they should get at least 3 points out of this one. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, and is this timeout being called? Oh, they're calling the. They're calling something here on it. Oh, timeout Dallas. So Dallas calling a timeout here, and yeah, we are continuing to make our progress here. So that's the first timeout for Dallas, and yeah, man, that's one way to start this. No game. We've had it's been a pretty good game for 0 score. So, during this timeout, I'll go ahead and talk about the thing I wanted to talk about. Because, yeah, I was taking a look at the upcoming schedule here for the Indianapolis Colts. Buccaneers on Sunday should be winnable. Then you got Titans on a week from then. Again, should be winnable. Bengals are injured. We'll have to wait and see how they look with Jake Browning at quarterback, or if they pick up somebody else. But here we go. Dallas back. Prescott drops back to snap. Throws it towards the end, looking towards the end zone. And I would be shocked if that wasn't DPI there a little bit, but no flag down on this one. So we'll have to wait and see because, yeah, there was definitely contact before the ball got there. I don't know how they rule that. I'd have to look at previous offensive plays and stuff to see how they call DPI, but Here we go. Prescott drops back to snap, flips a pass to number 23, Rico Dowdle, and Rico Dowdle in to the end zone. Touchdown, Dallas! So Dallas goes out there, gets a touchdown after using up their first timeout, and it is now a touchdown on Dallas, and it is a 6-0 game right now. So here we go. Number 70 guard Zach Martin putting on a massive block there to help Dowdle into the end zone. And that is a touchdown, Dowdle, and I know that's not what he wanted to hear, but here we go. And kick is up, and it is right down the middle. That is going to make this a 7-0 game. And, yep, there we go. So Cowboys take a 7-0 lead here. In a game we thought might be a shootout is starting to look more like a defensive showdown here, 7-0. And for anyone who is wondering, that was just leg cramps. Say my dad should be back in a bit, just stretching the leg. So here we go. I'm gonna grab my milk, and yeah, we are here and ready for some second half football. Should be. Oh wait, no, we got 46 seconds in the, or not second half, second quarter football. So yeah, we got Commanders, Cowboys going on right now, and then Seahawks, 49ers. I will be calling that game tonight. Nobody else with me tonight, so that'll be a game by myself. Kind of look at some of the other games here. Christmas Eve, the Colts are playing the Falcons on Christmas Eve. That'll be that should be a good game. So, saying I would hope that the Colts should have that one. Might be what knocks the Falcons out of playoff contention. Then the Raiders and Texans the last 2 weeks of the season. I mean, maybe it's the hat making me think so, but I honestly could see the Colts winning out potentially the final 7 games. Again, Steelers, Bengals, and Texans could all be very tough games. But I could see a world where we win 7 straight and head into the playoffs 12-5. It'd be unlikely, but I could see it. So yeah, there we go. 7-0 for the Cowboys. And yeah, so kind of looking at some of the other, I'll look at some of the NFC teams here. Kind of on that bubble, because the weird thing about the NFC right now is the difference between the teams above and below the bubble. Because you got the Packers are the only winning team outside the bubble right now as they go in. Wait, they're not even a winning team. So yeah, there's no winning teams outside the playoffs for the NFC right now. You got the Packers at 5-6. You got the Rams at 4-6. They play the Cardinals on Sunday. Then you got the Falcons at 4-6, the Buccaneers at 4-6, the Commanders at 4-7. So I mean, those teams are all more than a game out of the playoffs. So it's not an easy one to say. It's not easy aside from the NFC South teams where they're only really a game behind the Saints. I mean, a win by the Falcons ties them with the Saints because the Saints would lose. But here we go. Kick is away, and we are ready for the Commanders to take the ball. And, yep, here we go. 12-game win streak right now for Dallas. I'm going to say 30-plus points in 5 straight games. So, I'm going to say the Cowboys have looked very good this season. So here we go. Let's see. Let's see what this Dallas defense is going to call up for a play here. So let's see. Howell is actually under center here as opposed to in shotgun. Hands it off up the middle to, I'm assuming that's Brian Robinson Jr. Hard to really tell, but he falls backwards about 10 yards. He's going to be down by contact probably. Oh, they're not calling him for a loss of any. That probably should have been a loss of at least one, so. Good job, Commanders fans, on having the refs do something for you, even though you probably should have gotten 2-3 penalties on that last drive that you didn't get. But, yeah, here we go. Let's see. So they're lining up this time. It looks like Howell is lining up in shotgun with a back off to his right here. We got a couple wide receivers off to the side. Takes snap, fakes the handoff, rolls out to his right, throws the pass, and incomplete. Intended target there, Terry McLaurin, number 17, wearing the maroon and yellow colors here for the Commanders. So, incomplete pass there, and 3rd and 10. This is a free play for Washington. You have to Hail Mary this thing because there's no other point to coming out here. You got 1 second on the clock. It's 1 second in the half, so it's essentially an untimed down. And this is not going to be an easy one for the Cowboys. Cowboys have got Dan Quinn as the defensive coordinator. Howell drops back to pass, throws it. It's complete to number 4, Curtis Samuel, and he doesn't get far enough. So I guess he doesn't need to go for all of it because it is only the end of the first, so it's not like it actually gets kicked back off now that I'm thinking about it, but having an untimed down is nice because that means you don't have to worry about how much time you potentially run off the clock there at the end. I was thinking if it were the end of the first half, then that's way more impactful because you lose whatever field position you got here. So, there we go. And, yeah, we're settling in here and ready for this one. Let's go. So welcome to everybody that's in the chat. Of course, if you guys are enjoying it, hit the like button and subscribe for more. As I said, I will be back for the 49ers Seahawks games for the Seahawks game later tonight, and then my dad sounds like he'll be there for the Bills Eagles game on Sunday at 4:30. So look forward to that. Those couple of games coming up. I'll also be probably. What's the Sunday night game this week? Say if it's a good game, I might. Oh yeah, it's Chargers something, right? Okay, Chargers Ravens Sunday night. I might do that one. I'll have to see how I'm feeling after the Bills Bengals or after the Bills Eagles game. All right, feeling better?
Yeah, sorry, I heard they had turkey hot dogs upstairs. So
Turkey hot dogs?
Yep.
All right. Well, I don't know where your Commanders roster ended up in the midst of everything.
That's a good question.
Want me to go look for it while you...
I might have actually eaten it.
I'll go look for it while you entertain the people.
That would require me allowing you through there. Okay. I don't know if that's going to happen.
Well, if you want to go look for it, I can keep talking. I already went and let the Colts fan in me rant for a little while.
Colts fan and you rant for a little while.
Yep.
About what?
7 wins to end out the season.
Being my Jets are now outside the playoffs.
Yeah, so here's our remaining 7 games, and aside from maybe the Bengals and the Steelers, I really don't see many other tough games. And honestly, I'd say the Steelers and Bengals could both very much be winnable games.
Texans.
Yeah, Texans the very last week. Raiders, I don't know. I mean, Raiders have been hot and cold. Now, granted, it'll depend on what the interim HC does. Because they got an interim head coach in there after they fired McDaniels. Which, sure, could be addition by subtraction, but... But yeah, I mean... I would like to think that the Colts should be able to handle the Raiders. Texans, I don't doubt will be a tough game, but if we can get to that point with winning most of these other games, Bengals without Burrow should be an easy one. So the Commanders actually had a big play to end the first quarter, which I should remind me.
And a big play to start the second quarter.
Yeah, which reminds me I need to go actually change over the graphic to second quarter.
13-yard pass.
Yep, 13-yard pass here, and not even
showing.
Not even sure what they're showing. Any idea?
Something about Thanksgiving from John Madden. So.
Yeah, so here we go. Sam Howell, so far, he's only had 4 incompletions on the day. John Dotson catching 2 passes for 22 yards.
First down and 10 from the 33-yard
line.
Delayed handoff and a long 13-yard run.
Yeah, I thought they were about to spine buster him onto the ground like they did in the Jets game the other day.
From Robinson Jr. again.
Yep. I say he seems to be a really good running back.
Who can also catch the ball.
Yep. Well, that's one of the markings of a good running back.
I haven't looked at my fantasy team to see what Pollard's done for me here.
Oh, no.
Is he on your fantasy team?
No, I'm looking at, we got a Cowboy down.
I saw that. Bell.
No idea who he is. He's a defensive player.
Yeah.
So he's not on my fantasy roster, but you never want to see a player down. I'm not even sure who Bell is.
He's the guy that's down.
Marquise Bell, okay, number 41 on the Cowboys. Well, I couldn't see a jersey number, so I didn't know the first name. So yeah, Marquise Bell down for the Cowboys. Pollard's gotten 3 points so far.
Yeah, 3.5 points.
Antonio Gibson for the Commanders is your opponent's running back.
Yep.
Convenient that you guys both have a running back in this game.
I keep losing ground, though. I'm down to a 68% chance of winning now.
Yep. So, yeah, we're into the second quarter here, though. I kind of went and briefly mentioned how it's kind of funny when it comes to the NFC side of things. You don't have a single winning team that's not in the playoffs right now. And realistically, it's kind of a hard one to kind of figure out a path for any of these teams into the playoffs, aside from the Falcons, who, if they beat the Saints, they would move to the top of the division, I believe. Well, they would have a tied record, and I think the Falcons would hold the tiebreaker because of the win over the Saints. Buccaneers could also join that tie if they do manage to beat the Colts on Sunday, although I'm very much hoping that isn't the case. And then the rest of the teams, it's like, yep, they're a long ways off, it seems, from the playoffs. So, on the NFC side of things, although the Packers very much could be in the hunt if they keep this momentum going from these last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on the NFC teams on this side?
So, for me, the Packers are probably the only team I see in there that really have a decent shot. But they're in third place in the NFC North, so they've got to skip over a couple of teams here.
Well, let's say the last team in is the Vikings, who are the second team in that division. So, and they're only one. They're exactly one game behind right now.
I wonder what the. Well, I guess we know because it was.
Although the Vikings have to play the Bears on Monday Night Football, that'll be their game this week.
Yeah.
And here we go. They're back from commercial break. Cowboys got the touchdown, rushing TD with Rico Dowdle.
Not Pollard.
Nope.
That's all I needed to hear.
Yeah.
All right, first down and 10 from the 20-yard line for the Commanders.
And they handed it off to Brian Robinson. Yeah, he gets about 12 inches.
Yeah. Or a yard.
12 inches would be about a third of a yard, but they'll probably give it to him.
Well, he definitely made more than nothing. So.
Yeah. And they gave him nothing. They officially gave him 0 yards on the play, so.
But
the line is...
It's like an inch from the
next yard marker.
Yard line.
Yep, so here we go. Drops back. A little bit of a fake. The handoff.
That was a lousy play right there.
Well, I'm not sure he had much else to throw to. I mean, he could have thrown it away.
He needed to throw right at his feet because that was a play recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
How long's Howell been in the league?
I think this is his second year.
I was gonna say, because that was pretty much a rookie mistake right there.
Yeah, no, and last year he was sitting behind. He wasn't even the starter until about the second half of the year last year. So third and 18 here on the Commanders. They're 1 for 2 on third down conversions beyond 8 yards here.
So they need to make it past the 10-yard line here.
I'd be looking for McLaurin if I. What?
That was his towel.
His towel.
Yeah.
I thought someone pulled off like their arm sleeves that some of the players wear.
No, he made it to about the 25-yard line, so that's going to be a field goal attempt.
Yep.
For the Commanders.
Who's Commander's kicker here?
That would be number 6. I don't have my Commanders list.
Joey Sly here on the kick. So far, he's actually made some pretty. He's actually pretty decent on his field goal percentage here, although he's way off to the side.
43-yard attempt. A lot of the kickers like to be off to the side. One side or the other. They don't like to be right down the middle.
And they get it. 3 points for the Commanders.
So 7-3 Dallas.
Also, Dallas used their first time out while you were away, too.
Okay.
Just figured I'd update you on what you did miss. And while we're going to commercial break, I guess we can talk about some of the other AFC teams. So, Bills, they need to win against the Eagles to kind of really firmly give a lot of people confidence that they're making the playoffs.
I think they need that to give themselves the confidence they're going to make the playoffs.
Yeah. Even though the Eagles are a team that I think they shouldn't necessarily be, that they aren't necessarily favorited to win or anything. Then you got the Colts, and my rant earlier about how I think the Colts' rest of the season looks pretty winnable. Again, we'll have to wait and see what injuries and how healthy the teams look. But, yeah, the Colts could potentially make that push for the playoffs, especially if they beat Texans and in the final week.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that game gets moved to primetime, because I would love to talk about the Colts on the game. Then you got the Broncos, also a 5-5 record on the season.
I think the Broncos have a pretty good shot here. Who's the first number 1 team in the AFC West? Is that
Chiefs?
Chiefs.
Yeah. It will be for the rest of the time, probably.
Yeah.
And let's look at what Denver's remaining schedule is.
Chiefs is 7-3.
So they got Browns, Texans, Chargers, Lions, Patriots, Chargers again, and then Raiders. So, I mean, not an easy second half schedule.
Second half, but not.
It'll really come to, I think those Chargers games will be the make or break as to whether or not they can get there.
Yeah.
And obviously, being divisional games, that'll be tough. So
I think this Sunday's game's a pretty big one.
Yeah, the Browns versus the Broncos. Yep.
So
in Denver. And saying Houston's going to be another really tough one in Houston.
Yeah.
And then the Lions, I would probably pencil that one in as a potential loss, because the Lions are looking pretty good aside from today.
Right.
Which you can chalk today up as a divisional round weirdness.
It'll be interesting, because I don't know if the Lions have the capacity to keep this up, but if they do, I mean, they could go a long way.
Yep. And then you've got the Cincinnati Bengals, who probably have despite 3 teams here all having 5-5 records, the Bengals probably have the least hope going into this one.
Which, who would have seen that coming at the beginning of this season?
Yep, but now that you have the football over, but yeah, now that you don't have your starting QB, you're really starting to question what do you have beyond that? Because you got Jake Browning at QB as your backup QB for the remainder of the year.
Who nobody knew the name of until this year.
I mean, hey, during the game on Sunday, I was calling him Elijah Browning because I thought that was who it was.
All right. Dallas takes over at their own 25-yard line here, 1st and 10, new set of downs. Let's see what they can do. 15-yard pass
15 yards.
Wasn't it 15?
That was 5.
Was it?
He was dropped back about 5 yards from the line of scrimmage, so it was 10
sorry.
total yards. But 5 of those were in the backfield.
You're right. So 2nd and 5. 5-yard pass to Pollard.
Yeah.
Fake the handoff to Pollard. Dak gonna run it for the first down and 5 more. So picked up 10 yards on that one to the 40-yard line.
Yep. Okay, so apparently they counted it as a receiving touchdown for Dottle.
Okay.
I did not realize that. I thought it was a run play. But regardless, it was not with the guy you wanted to get the touchdown. All right, so here we go. Dak in shotgun yet again here.
Dak's always in shotgun.
No, he's actually been under center a lot more. Center? He's been under center more than Howell has.
Huh. So another first down for Dallas. Cross the 50-yard line, so they're at the Commanders 49. So their 3rd first down here.
Yep.
In this series.
Let's say just crossed the 10-minute mark here in the remaining in the first half. Here we go. Dak under center here. And they go for about a, 3-yard gain on that run?
It looked like about a 3-yard gain to Pollard.
Yep.
Off the right tackle.
So, there's Jerry Jones up in the booth looking over the team. I did not realize just how old he is. Or at least how old he looked.
That's about how old he was when I was a kid. If that tells you anything.
Yep. Wow. Prescott's completed 8 passes to 7 different receivers so far.
That one was to CD.
Yep, there we go.
Another first down.
Love to see it. Would love to see a rushing touchdown to CD again this week. I know you wouldn't.
I wouldn't. For 2 reasons.
Because you need the rushing touchdown to come from a different player.
I need the rushing touchdown to be from Pollard, and I don't want CD Lamb getting it. Because CD Lamb is my opponent's.
How about this? I'll put it to you a different way. Would you rather see CD rush for a touchdown or see Dak Prescott throw it to CD for a 50-yard touchdown?
I'll take the. Oh, there's the pass.
Yep, Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks. That 47-yard passing play.
Yep. Former Texan there, Brandon Cooks on the catch. And that's going to be a touchdown, Dallas.
That was a wonderful play. I mean, that was a thing of beauty right there. Oh, actually, it was only a 31-yard pass.
Oh, wow. Officially a 31-yarder. Looked like a lot more because he was back at the 40 when he threw it. Because he dropped back so far.
And it was right to the end zone.
Yeah, so now it's a 13-3 football game, and it's going to be 14-3. As they make the extra point.
Straight down the middle.
Anytime you're talking about the Cowboys, you're always a little worried about the extra points after last year, even though they don't have the same kicker.
No, they don't. I think they learned their lesson there with, 4 in one game?
Yep, and then another one to start off the divisional round game against the 49ers. Yeah, Brett Maher, I think he's in Denver now, where they might actually get high enough to hire him.
Yeah.
So, the Bengals being in a rough position after losing Burrow. Then we got the Raiders and Chargers who kind of round out the rest of that AFC West. Yeah. And I think
Raiders are going nowhere as fast.
Yeah.
Chargers, who knows?
Yeah.
8-3, and they're in 13th place.
You're looking at the Ravens.
Oh, sorry.
Their record, they're 4-6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, they're not 8-3. 13th on the list. No, that's the record of their opponent that they're playing, which is the Ravens this week. And I say if they don't win against the Ravens, I think the Chargers season will be done.
Yeah.
Not sure what the Raiders' remainder of their schedule looks like. Let's see. So they play the Chiefs on Sunday. Yikes. Then they play the Vikings. That could be winnable. Chargers, who knows? Chiefs, not likely.
In KC.
Yeah, in KC on Christmas.
Yeah.
Then you got the Colts on New Year's Eve. Hopefully that one won't go. Hopefully that one will go the Colts' favor. And then you got the Broncos to end off the year. Maybe they could end up being the one. Maybe that could end up being like the.
That's what I'm wondering. That looks like a potentially pivotal game right there.
Well, it kind of reminds me of the Packers-Lions game from last year in the final week of the NFL. Because they had Packers who needed to win to get in, and if it weren't for the Seahawks beating the Rams earlier in the day, it would have been a winner goes in to the playoffs because the Lions were half a game away.
Yep.
Ended up losing out on tiebreakers to the Seahawks after beating the Packers in Week 18 there. Although the Lions were technically second in the NFC North there that year. So, that's most of your playoff teams, and then we can kind of, when we get to halftime, we can probably talk about draft order maybe. Since I think that's an interesting conversation. I know we've talked that a little bit off camera.
Yeah.
I'll just pull up the draft order. For when we are ready.
They already have the tankathon up for the NBA that just started.
Yeah, apparently. But,
all right. So Washington Commanders take over. 1st and 10 from their own 25 here to start off this series. That looked like a
drops back. He got the pass off, but no receiver open there. Terry McLaurin, the intended target there.
Looked like a false start on the left end. But they got away with it.
Yeah, Dallas has been getting away with a lot today.
No, this was the Commanders.
Oh, left tackle.
Yeah.
Sorry, you got confused there. You said left end.
No, left. I meant left end. Yeah, the left offensive end.
The tight end?
Yeah, tight end.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the left defensive end.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was a pretty good play there.
Yeah.
Number 82.
For the Commanders that I don't have the list for anymore. I'll have to go find that at halftime.
Yep.
Thomas. Last name Thomas.
All right, well.
Do it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, the old-fashioned way.
Look it up on Google.
Yep. Come on, where?
How many different ones do you need to look up?
I like to go to the team's own one, because usually the WashingtonCommanders.com one is usually the one I trust. Not to mention, it's got all the same stuff I like to work with, so. Let's see, number 82 that was, right?
Yep.
That's Logan Thomas on the play there, tight end.
All right, 2nd and 7. Handoff up the middle. Picks up about 6.
Number 24, that is Andrew Gibson.
So that'll be a 3rd and 1.
Yeah, so this is Sam Howell's second year in the league. So
3rd and a long one, it looks like.
Yep. I think it. Let's say, let's see. What kind of play would you call here if you're the Commanders?
I'm going to go with a run right up the middle. That's what they've been pretty strong with.
Let's say, it better be handing to Brian Robinson, right? Oh, they fake the handoff and go for a pat.
Oh, holding.
It's either got a couple of flags.
Yeah, it's either going to be a holding or pass interference on the defense.
Yeah.
It looked like a holding to me, but because it came out before the side judge came out with the flag before the throw was thrown. Yeah. No, pass interference. That'll be
well, it might have been that the second flag was pass interference and the first flag might have been holding.
The holding would have been first then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right there. I thought they got it a hold before the pass came out, which would have been a holding, not a pass interference.
Yeah, and holding's more yards. Oh, uh-oh.
No, holding's less.
Oh, holding is less than pass interference?
Holding's 5 yards
and
from the spot. And an automatic first down. Pass interference is 15 yards.
Oh, okay. Not sure who that was for the Commanders who was down. I couldn't see the number.
I didn't see it. He was on his back.
Yeah, he looked like a turtle. So.
And they went to commercial, so we're not going to see who it was until we get back.
Yep. So, guess this will be a good time for us to talk potentially about the first couple of draft picks.
Yeah, I think there's no question that Carolina is going to be in the hunt. What?
Carolina traded that pick to the Bears. Yeah. So yeah, anytime you see this arrow that this team here is the team that actually holds the pick, that's just whose original pick it was.
Right. Carolina's going to be in the hunt.
Okay, yeah, they're going to be in the hunt, but they can't do anything with it.
Chicago is going to be the beneficiary of that hunt.
Yep. And what do you think the Bears do with that? Though, if they have the first overall pick in a QB heavy draft class?
Well, if it's anything like the Bears usually do, they'll squander the first round pick.
So they'll go and pick up the quarterback, and then not develop him at all and trade him away.
Yep.
Or they'll go
because I'm an expert at that because I'm a Jets fan.
Jets fans have done about the same amount of that. So, I think Arizona no doubt should be going after receiver. I think, especially if Kyler Murray continues to look good. Although, honestly, if Murray continues to look good, they might not stay at that number 2 pick for very long.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Especially when I think that the next couple of teams are pretty wide receiver focused. Well, maybe not New England now because they've gone and pretty well ended any relationship with Mac Jones, even though I think he might still be on the roster.
I don't even know if he's going to be on the sidelines this weekend. I don't know if they even gave him a spot on the sidelines.
Let's say, is it a home game? I guess that would be the first thing. Because if it's not a home game, he may not want to travel with the team. And it is not. They are traveling to the Giants Stadium.
Long way.
Yep. Which means the Jets must be playing an away game. Or
they're playing Friday.
Oh yeah, they're playing Friday in the stadium. Yeah, in MetLife. So here we go, and they're back from commercial break. So hopefully there wasn't any significant injury there.
1st and 10 from the 50-yard line.
Drops back, quick pass there.
Quick pass off to the right.
Curtis Samuel on the pass. And
looks like
wait, did his...
I don't know if he ever did go down.
I don't think his knees ever hit the ground because he landed on top of that defender. Here we go. Let's see on the replay. Up, over.
Oh, heads down.
Oh,
heads down.
Okay, and head counts as down.
Well, I actually don't know if the head counts as down.
And they're calling him probably down by contact regardless.
Yeah, but he has to have a body part down. I don't know.
Well,
that'd be an interesting one. I think Gene Steratore is up in the booth. I wonder if they'll have him look at that.
Yeah, well, there we go.
Oh, first down for the Commanders.
Yeah, Antonio Gibson on the run, able to get there.
Hard fought 3 yards right there.
Yeah, got it to the 40-yard line here. Looking for more, though. 40 yards to the end zone. Honestly, I'd probably be looking for a wide receiver slant play over the middle here would be my preferred pick, considering you've gotten so much out of... Oh, and looking at that defense, it looks like the defense is ready for that kind of play.
Yeah, the hard thing with Dallas is going over that middle.
Yeah. Oh, and there's already a flag down. Early flag and...
Early flag, and where it is looks like holding on Washington.
Potentially, yeah.
Nope, offsides on the defense.
Offsides on the defense? Oh, boy.
Someone missed the memo about Dallas getting penalized on Thanksgiving Day in their own stadium.
And say, early on, they seemed to have it figured out.
Yeah.
Because they were getting away with horse collars, face masks, and all that. Now, all of a sudden, they can't seem to get any sort of play their way.
That's going to be a first down and 5 for the Commanders.
Yeah. So, because, yeah, I mean, you've gotten so much out of this run game, I would almost want to try and fake him out with a pass play.
I want to go with the pass, but over that middle.
Yeah, over the middle is...
Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
That was hideous.
This ain't no time to do anything there.
Well, part of the problem was the quarterback ran into the running back.
Yeah, well, not the first time we've seen that
I
today.
know. First time I've seen it from Howell today, though.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, he didn't run into him. He just didn't have anywhere to go.
Yeah, he had to say that was pretty much snap to sack was... I mean, there was no time to throw anything there.
Second down and 12, so a loss of 7 on that play.
Yep, and it was actually the other way around earlier. A.J. Dillon running into Jordan Love on a 4th down attempt. And there we go.
There's your pass
over the middle to Terry McLaurin. He was the guy I was looking for. First down, Washington. Let's go.
That was a nice slant route right there.
Yeah, that was a pretty nice slant. Oh, was that a face mask there for the on Parsons?
Hands to the face.
Yeah.
He could have been called for, but not face mask.
Yeah. So I just saw the hand near the face. I wasn't sure exactly what it was.
But that was dumb by the defender because he basically gave up on the play and started whining to the ref mid-play.
Yeah, that's Micah Parsons for you. Because he was the defender there.
I was going to say rookie mistake. I don't think Micah Parsons qualifies.
As a rookie?
Yeah.
Probably not. How many years has he been in the league now? Let's see.
Oh, nice fake from Howell.
Nice fake and incomplete
nothing
pass.
To do with it.
Say that was what, 2, maybe 3 defenders on the receiver he targeted.
Yeah. He knew right from the beginning who he was going to be targeting on that.
Yep.
His eyes never left Samuel on that,
which
pass
makes it easy for defenders to find him. So Parsons is only in his 3rd year in the league. So
is he really?
I guess that might still qualify him for a rookie mistake. Yeah, I think he was part of that 2020 draft class.
COVID class.
Yep. Oh, there we go. Scrambles, throws it late, but
gets the first down.
That's Jahan Dotson on the catch there. Number 1 for the Commanders, getting the first down.
That was a nice scramble from Howell, too.
Yeah, manages to evade the defenders who were all over him there. I think he had a lot of them thinking that he was going to try and run it.
Yep. Yeah, he did. He brought the defenders up.
And I was worried for a moment that he was going to end up throwing it ahead of the line of scrimmage. But good awareness potentially from Howell or blind luck.
And we're at the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, 2-minute warning in the half. 14-3, Dallas. And Washington got the ball to start the game, right? I'm pretty sure.
Don't
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah, Washington got the ball to start the game, so it'll be Dallas ball when they kick it off in the second half. So, yeah, Arizona probably targeting a wide receiver wherever their pick is, considering they went after O-line last year in the draft.
Be interesting.
And without DeAndre Hopkins.
If you're Arizona and you've got a Kyler Murray who hasn't really shown to be much of a team player, do you shop him around at this point?
Well, and that's where you look at the fact that last year they drafted the O-lineman that Kyler Murray specifically asked for, so say at least at that point it seemed like they were catering their picks to him.
Yep, but a year later, what do you do?
Well, yeah, a year later, but he's been injured most of his year, so he hasn't been able to do much option-wise. So if he can look impressive without receivers here.
He has what? 2 years left on his... No, 1 year left on his rookie contract.
Yeah, something like that. Let's see.
I don't know.
Oh, I know. He got signed to a massive extension. Yeah, 5-year extension worth $230 million, including $160 in guarantees.
Okay, so they're stuck with him. Nobody's going to pick him up for $160 million.
Yeah, so July of 2022, they signed him to a 5-year extension.
To watch him play video games.
So, yeah, that was the... I knew that they had signed an extension, so, yeah. Their horse is pretty well stuck to them.
Yep.
So, then you go down there to New England. I think they probably take your quarterbacks, considering their current QB situation, even though I think wide receiver or O-line should be the number one concern, because I don't think Mac's that bad.
Can you imagine seeing New England go after Kyler Murray and see what Kyler Murray would do with
Kyler Murray and Juju Smith-Schuster versus Bill Belichick?
with Bill Belichick? That's my thing.
Because you got Kyler Murray, the stereotypical gamer. You got Juju Smith-Schuster, the TikToker.
Yeah.
And then you've got Bill Belichick, the grumpy old man.
Touchdown!
Oh, wait, no. I don't think so. They're calling it down at the 1.
At the 1-inch line.
Yeah. I don't know.
Looked like a 13-yard pass play that that's a good call.
Yeah, that is a very good call.
Yeah, he's down at the 1-inch line.
Yeah.
That's where the point of the ball was.
So, yeah, I mean, that would be very much out of Bill Belichick's wheelhouse to try and deal with those two. Although, granted, it's not like he hasn't had quarterback or players in the past with behavioral issues.
Yeah, but you can't have your quarterback with those behavioral issues. Not with Belichick.
Yep.
I mean, he had a hard enough time with Brady when Brady first came in, and Brady was, Mr. Prim and Proper.
Yep. So I think, though, New England probably drafts a QB, especially considering they'll probably be at the 1 or the 2 spot by the end of this.
Well, that brings up another question. Is Belichick even in New England next year?
Well, he did
I know he has the contract.
A contract extension, and I think the bigger thing is there any other team that's willing to give him GM role?
Yeah.
Because that contract extension came with GM role still, so they don't want to, no. So he probably won't want to take a downgrade in terms of positioning.
Yeah.
So I would be shocked if he isn't there. Okay, so is there any way that this play isn't a run up the middle from Brian Robinson?
I might fake the run to Robinson.
Otherwise I would maybe look at the QB tush push, but I don't know. They're just gonna run it in with
Sam Howell.
Howell off the side, rushing touchdown.
1-yard rushing touchdown.
Touchdown, Commanders. Let's go.
So he faked the run to go to the pass
And then scramble it in.
Scramble it in. Nice.
Unorthodox, but
actually, it was a great.
Works.
That
well.
was the play. It was a run option.
Yeah.
But, it was very well executed.
Yeah, very well executed. Just not what I think anyone was expecting, which is always a good thing when you're trying to get around a defense that's very good.
Like I said, I don't know a whole lot about Howell, but he does not seem like a very strong running quarterback. So.
And it's actually now 10-0. Or not 10-0, 10-14, yeah.
I think Dallas would
oppose me taking all their points away.
Yeah.
All right. So
what's Dak gonna do in response to that?
Yep. I say, especially knowing that he's getting the ball back, you can play a little bit more risky, I think, going forward for this drive. Because he'll get the ball back at halftime. Of course, Dallas having only 2 timeouts left as opposed to the Commanders having all 3. Although it's the first half, they may not end up using all. Oh, apparently Dallas used a timeout. Another timeout. I did not realize that. So Dallas has 1 timeout left on the board, and the Commanders having 2. So here we go. Let's see. If I'm Dallas, 1 big deep bomb to CD Lamb for 100 yards or 75 or however many they need.
Well, I mean, I think that's your obvious play.
Well, they got plenty of time, though. They could go with a couple runs to Pollard if you really want to go with the obvious play. Because I don't think they go and throw it deep bomb on the first play with 2 minutes on the clock.
I might, actually, because it would be unexpected.
True. Oh, another new NCIS.
NCIS Sydney.
They starting to push that franchise as far as humanly possible?
Well, think about it. They did it with Law and Order.
Yeah.
Law and Order Special Parking Unit.
Oh, we got a flag coming in.
Yeah, that was offsides on the defense.
Let's see. Yep. Offsides defense for replay first down. So it'll be 1st and 5. Oh, encroachment.
Same thing.
Okay. There's no difference there between offsides and encroachment?
So offsides is usually if there was a snap of the ball.
Yep.
But it's the same penalty.
All right. And here we go. They get the first down with Brandon Cooks. And
okay, Washington's playing a nickel defense with 2 minutes to go in the half. Why would you play a nickel defense and give Dallas all those middle passes?
Yeah,
that's all they're going to do is just throw middle passes.
Well, and that time it looked a lot. The defensive coverage looked a lot better on the second play there.
Yeah, they definitely dropped out of the nickel.
Well, and that's where Ron Rivera, being a defensive head coach there, I think.
Yeah, they were playing man-to-man on that one.
Yeah.
Well, I guess from a defensive standpoint, that's what you want to do is change things up.
Yep.
Throw them off. Throw off the offense.
Just not sure what this plan is. Looks like just cover the middle of the field and send 1 or 2 guys on the side. Oh, and they force him into a pass.
Oh,
wait, he caught that!
He caught that!
Are you kidding me? He 3 Brooks with a catch of the...
What fantastic awareness of where that ball was. It's off the head of the defender and goes backwards to the...
But it was off the head of the receiver there.
No.
Oh, it was off of the Washington?
Yeah. Went off the back of his head.
Number 83, Jalen Brooks on the catch there.
A wide open pass to number 18.
Yeah, that's Talbert.
Yeah.
And they're making great progress down the field here.
Yeah. They're gonna put points on the board here.
It's just a matter of whether they go for 7 or if they go or if they go for 3.
So Dallas is on the 7-yard line of Washington. 1st and goal with 31 seconds to go. Hand off to Pollard. Pollard goes in for the score.
Touchdown, Cowboys. So they go and get another 6 points. That'll be 20 to 10 here.
That won't hurt my fantasy any.
Oh, and how funny. Score 20 after 20 scores.
With 26 seconds left.
Yep. And that's... Is that what? Is that how old he is? Let's see. Is there any chance that lines up that perfectly?
No.
He's 26 years old.
Oh, I thought you meant 20.
No.
Oh.
No, the 26 seconds lining up with...
Did he miss that? He did. Missed the extra point from Dallas. So it stays 20 to 10. Dallas over Washington.
Yeah, and that's Brandon Aubrey on the kick.
So short of a miraculous play here, you're going to see this be the halftime. That doinked. Yep, just doinked off from the side of the upright.
But yeah, kind of surprised that 26 came back to line up for that joke with him, because I didn't realize he was 26 years old.
That's
back.
Pollard's first TD this season in Cowboy Stadium.
Yep.
That seems kind of weird.
All right, so getting ready to kick this one. So I'm assuming that they will try and wave it off for the touchback, and it'll be brought out to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, and then what do? Do they kneel it, or do they try to come up with a play?
I mean,
because Dallas is getting the ball at the half, so
I think you take a deep shot. I just don't know which receiver you do, because I'm assuming that if you...
Well, you do whoever's open.
Well, yeah, but I don't know who you plan to throw it to, because obviously you'll throw it to whoever's open. But yeah, I think you'll send... I think I would send Terry McLaurin, your number one, down one side, and then every other receiver down the other sideline. That way, if they send most of their defenders to cover the mass of wide receivers, your best guy is left maybe one-on-one.
All right, let's see.
Looks like double cover. No, maybe double coverage.
Oh, look at that!
Scrambles out and throws it, and incomplete. He's got time though on the clock. It's 18 seconds.
I thought he was sacked for, and I think that was kind of the plan, was that, take the sack if you need to, but
yeah, because they've got all 3 timeouts.
He ducked right underneath there.
Yeah, and he managed just to throw it away.
Yeah.
And again, he throws it before he gets back to that line of scrimmage, which is great awareness on Howell's part. I mean,
2nd down and 10, 18 seconds to go.
I know you and I have talked a lot about snap to throw timing over the last week. Here we go. Howell drops way back, looking for the pass, looking, throws it, and I guarantee they're calling timeout here.
No. Yeah, he is calling it.
I say, you want to try and stop the clock, see if you can get something going.
The receiver thought he was going to go up and spike it, but
they did not have the time to get that spike.
I mean, they could have gotten the spike, but they would have only had 1 play left.
Yeah.
Here, they've got 10 seconds. They can get 2 plays out of this.
Not to mention 2 timeouts, so...
Yeah. That's what I mean. They'll
get
2 plays with their timeouts.
Yep.
So 13 seconds to go. 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Yeah, hard to tell exactly where that'll be.
I think it's from their own 38.
But yeah, again, I'd be looking, just keep sending people deep, and hope somebody's open on one of these plays.
Of course, that drone footage just killed me because they went around to the other side of the field. It's from the 34.
Yep, so here we go. Dropping back. Looking, scrambling, throws a short screen pass here to number 82,
Timeout.
and
Timeout.
Flag's going to stop it for him.
Don't need the timeout.
Although, granted, they've got no time left to use timeouts that they do have left, so it doesn't really matter.
Holding on the offense.
Yep, and on Charles Leno Jr.
Charlie boy.
Yeah, that's a big guy.
Yeah.
And that's going to drop him back another 10 yards.
Yeah, so this will be a kneel down probably. 1st and 20. I don't think I'm going for a play here.
I would love to see a deep bomb attempt, even though I don't think it's the smart choice. Oh, they're not lined up in a kneel formation, so I think you see a deep bomb here. I just don't know who it's going to be to. Just a handoff.
Yeah, draw play.
Yeah. And
that's the safest play that you're not going to get fumble or an interception on. So,
well, aside from a knee down.
Yeah. It's the safest one for your quarterback.
Yeah.
So we go into halftime, 20-10, Dallas over Washington. Both teams look decent here, so I think this could be an interesting second half.
Yep. So let's say, all right, I went and gave back everybody's timeout. It's gonna move the quarter over, and then we can continue talking about the draft order. But this next one I think is probably the most interesting because we talked about the first three. Chicago. If Chicago does maintain, do we think Chicago maintains kind of that 4th overall draft pick at this point? Or, because that's off of Chicago's record. Do we think Chicago stays around there in terms of record-wise?
I think the Giants have a better chance of...
Dropping?
Of dropping, yes. Of
dropping games.
Not dropping games. Of doing better in games than Chicago does at this point.
Really? With Danny DeVito in at quarterback?
I haven't seen much out of Chicago.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think Giants have a better chance of picking up games here.
I just think Chicago's got the better team around them.
Tennessee's the interesting one. So, with Will Levis in there, what does that do for them in their draft possibilities? They're 3-7. They've lost the last 3.
Yeah.
Lost the first 2 with Levis.
I would probably go with I would probably go O-line, probably assuming what we think will probably go off the board at 1 through 5. So I'm assuming Marvin Harrison Jr., 2 quarterbacks, and potentially 1 O-lineman in there. Yeah, through like the first 3 or 4 picks.
Yeah. Yeah,
so,
I think this is one of those years when you could see an O-lineman go
top 5, top 10.
I think you could see 2 to 3 go top 10.
Yeah. Especially considering there's a lot of teams with bad O-lines. Like, for example, as we mentioned earlier, Washington, 52 sacks on the year given up by that O-line. I mean, sure, probably could blame some of that on the quarterback, but I think a lot of that blame has to be given to the O-line, right?
Well, interestingly enough, I think Washington's actually had the highest number of sacks this year.
Yep.
I think they're at like 57, so... Aren't they?
That was the team I was just talking about. We saw them hit 52 in this game.
Oh, Washington?
Yeah, giving up.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear you say Washington.
Yeah, Washington, we saw earlier the stat up on the screen saying 52 sacks given up. Now, maybe they got an extra 1 or 2 in there. I hadn't really seen if we had a sack. I know we've seen him evade sacks a lot.
We've seen him evade sacks pretty well.
Which is surprising considering, obviously, this is one of the most aggressive teams for getting sacks. I mean, how many times did they sack Danny Jones in that first week game against the between Cowboys and Giants?
I got another interesting one for you.
All right.
What about the Jets?
My
team.
Do you trade up for a quarterback, I guess, is the big question. Because I think it's pretty clear you don't have your quarterback unless Rodgers is coming back.
Right. So my question is, You're 10th in line right now with a 4-6 record. There's no reason this team should be 4-6.
Yeah, nope.
There's no reason. Shouldn't have beat Philadelphia. I mean, in reality, they could be 1-9 right now with very little problem.
Yeah, because I mean they won the season opener against the Bills on a late overtime run. Then their other wins were they beat the Broncos during the Broncos downturn, and then they beat the Giants in overtime, and then they beat Philadelphia in there.
Yeah, on a last-second play.
Yep. So last second play for the Jets on that one, 2 overtimes, and then the pair of touchdowns by the Hall brothers getting you the Broncos game. And really, I'd say the Broncos game is the only solid one there.
That's what I'm saying.
So what do you go for though? I mean, I think O-line probably.
I don't know.
Or do you trade up for a quarterback?
So I think you've got to have another quarterback in the mix, because right now they don't have a quarterback.
They got Boyle and Simeon.
So
are the two guys ahead of Zach Wilson now on the depth chart.
Who's Simeon?
Trevor Simeon. He was a Broncos quarterback for a couple of years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both career backups.
I'd say you've got to have a number one there with Rodgers to make that a viable team next year. Because, first of all, we don't know that Rodgers is coming back. Second of all, we don't know how long Rodgers is going to stay. And somebody's going to have to be there to take over. And so I think Rodgers is a great opportunity to coach somebody. That's what he seems to want to do.
Yeah, if he's willing to mentor.
Right. He seems to be willing to do here, which he didn't seem willing to do much in Green Bay.
Although, granted, watching Love,
a lot
of what he looks like he learned from Rodgers.
And Love says that Rodgers was a good mentor for him, but it didn't seem like Rodgers was overly interested. But so that's one that I'm going to be interested to see what they do this year, because that will be telling to me about, first of all, if they anticipate Rodgers coming back, there'll be at least discussion about the O-line.
Yeah, I think the name being thrown around there should be David Bakhtiari, trying to trade for him. He was Rodgers' left tackle, blindside O-lineman in Green Bay for all those years. So
left tackle.
Yep.
Okay.
And was on that list of players that Rodgers wanted to retire with in Green Bay when he was talking with Green Bay about, like, hey, re-sign these guys so I can stay.
So the question is, I would trade for him, but what do you trade for a starting left tackle?
Well, left tackle currently on a season-ending injury, because he just had a season-ending injury.
And he's fairly old, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Hasn't he been in the league for like 11 years?
I think 15.
Okay, even more.
David.
15 years on an O-lineman is like a president that's 82. We have one of those.
Well, he's 32 years old, so he definitely hasn't been 15 years.
No, that would make him pretty young when he started.
Yep, let's see. So he was drafted in 2013 and played
11 years.
Yep, played most of the games. That's it. He played almost every game for a long time up until about when COVID hit. That's when his games played seems to start coming down.
Yeah.
And he had a couple of injuries in there.
He does seem like he's got some injury problems toward the latter part of his career. So I don't know if you can depend on him, so I don't know what you trade for him.
Well, let me see what his... So it was a knee injury that has taken him out for this year.
Yeah.
And let's see, what's his contract? Because if he's a free agent, you might not even need to trade for him. Let's see.
No.
So November 2020, he signed a 4-year extension. So that's what, one more year on his contract. So I mean, would a second rounder, would a potentially early-ish second rounder, a 10th or a 10th pick in the second round be good enough to get him?
Well, it says that the team restructured that contract. Each of the last 2 years.
Yeah, to try and backload the money. That way they could still afford to keep Rodgers on the salary.
Right.
Because, yeah, he and Aaron Jones and pretty much everybody on that team's had contract restructures to try and free up some of that money. So.
Did the Packers release David Bakhtiari?
No, they have not released him.
Okay. Well, that was one of the questions.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they're not likely to release him, so.
I don't know. Depends on what the restructuring was, because the restructuring's got to be heavily weighted towards this year and next year's salary.
Yeah, so his base salary this year is at $1.1 million, but it looks like next year his base salary is slated to be $20 million.
So they may just give him away.
Yeah, so they might cut him at the end of the year potentially to try and.
I don't know if they'll cut him, because if they cut him, they don't get anything for him.
True, but then they don't say the cap penalty is going to be the big thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a lot that could happen, but yeah, I think that is going to be the target for the Jets if Rodgers is coming back. If not, I think you're absolutely looking at trading up for a QB.
Yeah, I don't think you want to have a starting left tackle that you have 15% of your salary cap in.
Yeah.
On the last year of his deal, in his 12th year as an offensive lineman, and that's just a recipe for financial disaster right there for Green Bay. So I'm thinking they're gonna look to get rid of him.
Yep. So.
And that deal may already be in the works. We don't know.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're not allowed to technically trade him.
What is that?
Halftime show, I guess.
That is Dolly Parton in a Cowboys cheerleader uniform singing the halftime show.
Yep, apparently. Even though I would much more expect her in the Tennessee Titans uniform.
Well, me too.
Or Tennessee Volunteers, or something Tennessee-based. So, kind of looking at some of these other teams, I mean, the NFC South is a weird one because, I mean, the question is Atlanta or Tampa Bay, are they tanking or are they going for the playoffs? Like, are they winning the division? Because, literally, Atlanta could go from the number 8 seed and jump up to the number 19 pick off of one win this week.
I do have to say that Atlanta at 4-6 is, as usual, the most overrated team coming into the season that has done not much. And
overrated?
Yeah, I thought they were going to be a fairly decent team this year.
I would say that Chicago was the most overrated team.
Oh, yeah, no question. No question, Chicago was.
Yeah.
Highly.
Because I think a lot of people were maybe not talking Super Bowl, but they weren't talking right where they were. Because, I mean, 3 wins was what they had last year. So, yeah. But, yeah, that's going to be the weird thing for Atlanta and Tampa Bay. Because, again, you don't really know. Are you tanking or are you going for the playoffs? But, yeah, I think the biggest question will end up being where do the first 2 quarterbacks come off the board? Because Caleb Williams and Drake May are sounding like your top 2 guys, and both likely to go in the top 5. But I don't think Chicago or Arizona necessarily take them unless somebody trades for their current quarterbacks, which Justin Fields to New England. Could that be a thing?
Fields would be a good match for
Belichick. I mean, just kind of thinking about trades that could happen for teams that need quarterbacks. And potentially Chicago, if they do trade that, then they definitely take someone like Caleb Williams or Drake May at number 1 overall.
The only thing is, what would it take to get
Fields?
Fields? Because, I mean, Fields was anticipated to be a really good quarterback.
Let's see. Because he should be in his. Is he in his second contract, or is he still in his rookie deal?
He's in his rookie deal.
Let me try and find that.
He should be in his 4th year, I'm thinking.
Well, they picked him in the first round, so they would have already had to have used the 5th-year extension on him.
Yeah,
So.
I think this is his 4th year.
Yeah, let's see. Pro Football Network. Here we go. So he was the 11th overall pick in the 2021 draft.
So it's his 3rd year.
So at the end of this year, they have to make a decision on whether or not they're using his 5th-year extension. Now, if they trade him away, I believe whatever team he gets traded to gets that option. Gets to choose whether or not they want to pick up that option. So, I mean, that would give Belichick and the Patriots 2 years of stability with Fields to potentially try and build something. And the question is, what would 2 years of stability at the quarterback position be worth?
Good question, because that's also the amount of extension that Belichick got, wasn't it? It's 2 years?
I'd have to look at the Belichick. I haven't actually looked at the Belichick contract.
It's funny how you have to look at Belichick and as a
lucrative multi-year contract.
So at least 2 years.
Yeah. I'd say at least 2, but yeah, I'm only seeing multi-year. Quietly signed lucrative contract during the off-season. I thought they signed that mid-season, not in the off-season.
It wasn't reported until mid-October.
Yeah, it was. It definitely wasn't reported, but yeah, everything's saying they signed it in the off-season, so.
Because, I mean, there's been a lot of questions on whether the Patriots were going to part ways with him mid-year.
Yep.
And then, if not, at the end of the year. But if they go after Fields, would they leave a Belichick in place to be that mentor for him to be able to get him through that first year with the Patriots?
Yeah, well, and I'm assuming that if we're talking about Fields going to New England, that would probably take New England's first round pick from this year at least, right?
I don't know. Probably, yeah.
So then Chicago would have the first, third, and fourth overall picks in this draft, which would be a lot of draft capital to go ahead and draft with or trade with. I mean, that is a lot of picks.
Well, I think Fields has shown that he's not going to be the quarterback in Chicago. I mean, I haven't seen much that makes him overly attractive to the Bears. He definitely doesn't look overly attractive to a Bears fan.
Well, let's go ahead and see his stats for. So these are his stats per game through this year so far. So, I mean, his completion percentage is hit or miss. That's for sure.
Yep.
I mean, definitely hit a low at the Commanders game, 50-50 against the Chiefs.
Buccaneers.
Yep. Which, ironically, his games with the lowest completion percentage, he had the
highest yardage.
He had some of his highest yardage. That Broncos game being one of his best.
Well, he had 80% there.
Yeah.
80% completion.
Now, in terms of interceptions, aside from throwing one almost every week, he hasn't thrown more than one since then. But yeah, I mean, he's at 1,300 on the year for passing yards with a 62% completion overall. I mean, that's not
And a 2-to-1 touchdown rating.
touchdown to interception ratio. Yeah, that's not bad. And again, if you look at his stats, he's improved year over year each year he's competed in the league. So.
Yeah, look at his quarterback rating. His quarterback rating in his first year, 73, 85, and then 93 this year. 93 is not spectacular, but it's definitely moving up from where it was.
Exactly. So, I mean...
Yeah, he's definitely going to draw at least a first-rounder.
So if New England were to trade that, that would mean Chicago then picking 3 times inside the top 4. I mean, that is a lot of picks to have that high up.
But it's NFC.
Yep.
New England doesn't really have to worry about that.
No, I'm just kind of wondering, because how many picks could Chicago acquire? Because, I mean, they already have a wide receiver, so they probably don't need to go after a wide receiver in the draft, although I think they should if they get that many picks that early on. Problem is, if Arizona scoops them on Marvin Harrison, although, honestly, if they end up with, say, picks 1, 3, and 4, I think you take the wide receiver that you think Arizona might scoop you on at 1, and then wait and pick up a quarterback at 3, because Arizona's not likely to scoop you on a quarterback like they would with a receiver. Oh, we're already on to the halftime's already over. Wow. So, yeah, I think those are most of the teams that we're talking about that would be talking draft already. I mean, the 2 teams in LA could both very well be considering talking about the draft too, but they're also only about a game or so out of playoff contention.
Out of wild card contention.
Yep. Which is also the weird thing about this year is that, like, there's just so many middle teams. I mean, when you look at, like, being a 1 game out of the playoffs on either side of the bracket, I mean, Tennessee is about so you've got the top 6, and then everybody else is still thinking playoffs except for maybe the Commanders. So, I mean...
Don't tell the Commanders that.
Well, and the only reason why I would say that about the Commanders as they get ready to kick it off for the second half would be that you've got such a tough division to try and win your way through, although, granted, the Giants aren't doing too much aside from beating you twice.
So Dak Prescott brings the Cowboys out to start off the third quarter. He's starting off from his own 25 here, 1st and 10.
All right, so here we go.
What does Ron Rivera have in his playbook for defense here?
I would say plan on a handoff here, or no, gonna flip pass it to Pollard.
Yep.
Still works for you.
Another 10 yards.
Oh, he fumbled it! He fumbled it!
He was down.
Ah?
Yeah.
So, yeah, there we go. They're calling it back, so. The ball did come out, though, and you gotta be worried. Ah? Yeah, he was down, yeah. I was looking to see if the ball came out on that punch through, because that looked like a pretty clean punch through for potentially getting it. But no, there we go. Looks like, was that Pollard or Dak? That was Pollard on the tackle. I thought that was a sack.
Loses 2 on that one.
Remember, it's Cowboys. They only lost 1.
Oh, okay.
They're not gonna get. That's gonna get measured in Cowboys' favor, probably.
We'll see. 2nd down.
What's it gonna be? 2nd and 11. So here we go. 1 minute down in the third quarter here.
It's not even a long 11.
Yeah, dropping back and.
Oh, that was almost a really nice catch.
Gosh, that was really close, too.
Right on the fingertips of C.D. Lamb.
Yep.
That's one of those that they always say the wide receiver, if you can get your hands on it, you should catch it. I'm not sure about that one. Not to mention his arms being held the whole time.
Yeah, before the pass even gets there. I mean, isn't that the textbook definition of defensive pass interference?
Pretty much.
Okay, just wanted to make sure I knew what that was, because, yeah.
Yet it's 3rd down and 11.
Yep. And not first down and, like, first and goal even, potentially, depending on where that foul happened. Oh, short pass there.
Short pass to Pollard.
Say, he could have picked it up probably as efficiently with his kneecaps as he could with his hands.
So that's going to be 4th down. I'm thinking they've got a punt here.
And say, that's a huge stop, yeah. I agree with the commentators on TV. This is a huge stop here for the Commanders. And, yeah, they got number 5. They got their punter, Brian Anger, out there to kick it away. Had to double check that was actually his name.
I did too when I first read it.
Because it's like, is it really Anger? I mean, and they, fair catch it there inside their own 10-yard line.
They're caught at the 8.
That's going to be a deep, be a deep play for Commanders.
92 yards to the promised land.
Yep. Now the question is, who do you rely on as if you're the Commanders to try and get you there? I mean, it'll probably be a lot of runs with Brian Robinson and chew a lot of clock.
A lot of passes to Brian Robinson.
Maybe even a fake punt by Brian Robinson.
Yeah, could be.
Hey, just have him throw the pass to Sam Howell. Yeah. See what that does.
I've seen Sam Howell run. I don't think I want to see that. Don't want to see him catch a ball.
But, yeah.
Not unless it's in the end zone.
Where he can drop it?
Well, he might drop it, but at least he's not going to have to run to get there.
Hey, he's done okay at evading pressure, though.
He does do good in the backfield, evading pressure, but then when he had to run that one ball, he definitely didn't look like he'd run a whole lot in his life.
Yeah. Which is weird because he looks like the kind of guy who's constantly running from the bully in the lunchroom.
Yeah.
So should be plenty of experience there running away.
But he looks like the kid that got
bullied a lot. Oh, Paw Patrol movie.
Gotta love that.
Yep.
Love me some Paw Patrol.
Is that what you put on for Gizmo when you go to leave the house?
That is.
Even though it's more of a dog thing than a cat thing, although he kind of acts like a dog.
He is my dog. Or he is your dog.
Yep. So, all right, weird.
So NCIS Sydney. I'm not sure about that.
Someone trying to sink the island? Come on. That's pretty good. All right, so here we go. Let's see.
I think that's Sydney's a recipe for disaster. You fill the island with criminals and then take away all the guns.
Yep.
No one can defend themselves.
Just kind of looking a little bit ahead to the 49ers Seahawks game. That's going to be a fun game for first place in that division.
Why is that going to be a fun game?
Seeing how the Seahawks receivers do with that secondary of the San Fran, which has been very questionable all year. I mean, even last year, I was one of the people saying that I felt like the 49ers defense, the defensive front, really masked a really bad backfield when it comes to secondary.
There we go, Robinson, right up the middle, 11 yards on the first run from scrimmage.
Yep.
First
down. I was gonna say, get a little bit of breathing room now in the backfield, force Sam Howell to scramble around.
Yep.
Which, speaking of him running, that scramble for the touchdown actually looked halfway decent. So, not sure that I'm trying to do much more than 1 yard, but. And was that Robinson again?
Yep.
Yep, Brian Robinson.
Right up the middle, 3 yards. So it'll be 2nd down and 7.
Yep, 2nd and 7 here. Just continuing to chunk their way through. They got to get 10 points, which is going to be
Now what
tough.
do you do? Robinson had to come out for a breather.
Antonio Gibson.
It's too early to call a timeout.
And say either go Antonio Gibson or you'll look for a pass play here, maybe a McLaurin slant over the middle.
If I'm the defense here in Dallas, I'm definitely looking for a pass play.
Yeah, I'm blocking that middle, that's for sure.
Oh my!
Wait, who's that? Oh, that's Sam Howell.
Yeah.
I thought he handed
I
it to
thought you were kidding.
No, I thought he handed it to a lineman. I thought it was like number 74 or something running it.
He did look like a lineman running through there, but no, he runs for the 1st down.
And he actually did a good job and he avoided taking a hit, which that's one of those things that guys like Tua really needed to learn last year was how to avoid taking a hit. And Howell,
Tua looks like he can run. Howell looks like he's never run a minute in his life.
Yeah. So there we go. Fake the handoff there. And ooh, that was a big hit.
It was a big hit, but it was a nice 8-yard pickup first. Or 7-yard pickup.
That looked like 5.
I think it's going to be 2nd down and 3.
Let's see. 2nd down. Where are they going to spot the ball? Yeah, 2nd and 3. Okay. I guess
it's actually going to be a short 3, I think, too.
I was going to say, refs are just being generous with the spot of the ball, I guess. Yeah, so Eric Bieniemy, again, he's called a lot of plays for QBs that can scramble, so hopefully he can teach Howell how to scramble around here.
There's another 1st down for Washington.
Yeah, that time to number 4, that's Curtis Samuel, I believe, on the catch. Which, during halftime, you didn't go and grab your Commanders roster.
That's because we were talking too much.
Fair enough. Hey, I won't complain. So, here we go.
Not to mention, I can't see it anyway without putting my glasses on, so...
Fair enough. The Commanders one was better than the Cowboys one for trying to read it.
But I figure I only have to know 3 names on...
Brian Robinson, Howell, and McLaurin?
Yep.
Yep. Here we go. Take snap. The bigger thing is if someone goes down with an injury, trying to figure out who it is.
9-yard pass play there. 9-yard pass play to number 1.
That's Jahan Dotson.
Who?
Jahan Dotson.
I haven't heard that name.
We've called his name like 4 times tonight.
You called his name like 4 times tonight.
Yeah, because you wouldn't have known his name to begin with.
Right.
Without your little sheet of paper.
Exactly.
So 2nd and 2 here for the Commanders.
You can tell which one of us is the football fan. Me. Right?
Yep.
But I know nothing about either of these. Well, no, I guess I know something about Dallas.
Yeah. Mainly
did he fall forward for the 1st down?
I think the knee went down before he moved the ball forward for the 1st down.
Me too. It'll be interesting.
3rd down and 1, it looks like is what they're going to call it. 3rd down and 1.
Yep. Which is a legitimate call.
I think that was the right call. Wouldn't be shocked if Ron Rivera tried to challenge the spot of the ball, but I think they got the call right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because both of his legs were down before he fell forward.
Yeah. And CeeDee Lamb there on the sidelines looking like he wants his turn back.
Now I got a timeout. Washington has to blow one of their timeouts early.
Yeah, Sam Howell looks exhausted.
Yeah. But it is 3rd down and 1. You wanna get this right.
Do you?
Looks like Ron Rivera's jarring with the referee on the sideline. He's looking for better calls.
Yeah.
I think that was actually a good spot.
So here's a question going forward here. Do you maybe put in Jacoby Brissett here for a set of downs for him to give Sam Howell a bit of a rest? Because Jacoby Brissett was the quarterback who kept Cleveland afloat most of the beginning half of last year. So
that is true.
And he's the backup right now. So he's on the sidelines. He's that number 12 there that you see walking off the field.
Yeah, I never put the ball in the hands of a backup quarterback when you're having this much success.
Yeah, well, just thinking because he was looking very winded, and I don't know if a timeout is enough time to get that. But here we go. They're getting behind back up. I guarantee that was a conversation that was had, was whether or not they wanted to put him in. Even if it is just for a play or two. Oh, that's a deep bomb. Terry McLaurin drops it. Are you kidding me? No.
Who's 21 for Dallas?
That's Stephon Gilmore. That's my former Colt.
That was a nice play right there on defense. He got that left hand in there and knocked that ball right out of.
Saying didn't make contact too early.
Well, he kind of did.
Yeah, a little early, but again, it kind of comes down to they haven't been calling that much at all today.
No, but he's holding that whole left arm back.
Yeah. Yeah, so again, it's one of those things where they haven't called it all night. I'm not surprised they didn't call it here.
So what do you do here, 4th and 1?
Why is he in shotgun formation? I would be getting ready for a tush push if I'm... And nope. And they're going to try and push late, but there was nothing there.
That was a bad play call on the offense from Washington.
You shouldn't be running it out of the shotgun when you need 1 yard there.
Shotgun and a run.
Yeah, you shouldn't be running it from the shotgun.
Especially against Dallas. That Dallas line is going to be right on you before you...
And you had Jahan Dotson run into the running back as he was trying to sneak through. I mean, that was just... I don't know who called that play, but...
But Ron Rivera's on the hook for it.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned.
I mean, again, it feels like his time has been up at that team for a few years now, so...
I mean, I'm sure he's not calling the offensive plays, but...
Oh, yeah, no, but... Yeah, you should have an idea of what your offense is doing.
And think about this. That was coming out of a timeout.
Yeah. They had the time to think up the play. I mean, if you're going to be in the shotgun, that should be a slant pass or potentially a scramble off to the side. A run-pass option, maybe.
I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, you don't plan a run up the middle out of the shotgun.
On a timeout.
Yeah, especially not on a 1 yard, on a 4th and 1. I could see maybe on 2nd and 5 or something, maybe taking a shotgun pass and then running it up the middle, although you shouldn't be coming off a timeout for that, unless it was an injury timeout. So, here we go. Let's see. We have the remaining Jet schedule here.
Do we have to?
What do you see in the remaining Jet schedule aside from the 2 Dolphin games?
I see a very tough Dolphin game tomorrow.
Yep, and you play them again on the 17th of December.
Yeah, I see a Falcons game that we should win because it's at home. I see
Houston
a Texans game, which is at home, which I don't see us winning. I see a Dolphins game, which is in Miami. Well, in Miami in December, I don't mind, but still don't see winning that one.
Yep.
A Commanders game, which is at home, which we should win that one, but who knows?
So, like 2 wins, and then
But I also see the potential of winning those last 2 games against the Browns and the Patriots.
Yep.
So, who knows?
Well, we might be I might be calling that Jets-Browns game if it looks like it'll matter for playoff seeding for one team or the other. Cause
on the 28th of December, I might call that Browns-Jets game.
Yep, it's a night game, so that was kind of my worry, was that whether or not you'd be up for that kind of late game.
I don't have to work the next day.
Fair enough.
It's December.
Yeah, they take the snap, hand it off up the side there to Pollard. I thought he was going to run up the middle, but then he kind of slanted off to the side of the line.
I think you're going to see a heavy dose of Pollard here for the rest of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, mix of Pollard, maybe some Rico Dottle.
Yeah, strong run quarter here.
Yeah. Malik Davis.
You might get
would love to see some Deuce Vaughn, but he's out for the game.
You might get a few big pass plays in here just to keep them honest, but
yeah. Oh, that was a good stop from the Commanders, though, stopping the pitch play to Pollard there.
That wasn't even a pitch. That was actually a pass.
Oh, that was a pass, technically?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if it was a forward pass. Yeah, that's forward pass.
Okay, so it was so that was a reception for negative yards.
Yep. Which
that'll hurt the Cowboys for both Dak and Pollard's stats.
Yeah, I'll take the negative yards on the pass to Pollard.
Negative yard. Only got nailed for a -1, even though it looked
like
2 or 3.
Pass. Oh, that was a nice play. That's definitely not complete.
Yeah, no. Who was that? Ferguson?
It looks like it. 87. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
that was a beautiful play.
What is that? 35 for Butler? Let's see. Number 35. Percy Butler there. And now it's a punt on 4th down here for the Cowboys. Oh, whoa, hey. That looked like
what
it
were
probably
you excited about?
We had 2 guys holding a defender there.
They weren't holding him, they were blocking him.
Looked like it could have easily been a hold on one or the other. I couldn't tell if the Cowboy was holding both of them or if they were both holding him.
It could have been all 3.
It very well could have been.
It looked like a love fest there.
Yeah, I couldn't tell what was going on there, but it's like something's happening. Honestly, considering the way that the Jets Bills game went the other day, I wasn't too sure we weren't going to see a fight start happening there with one of them throwing a punch.
But Commanders didn't get a whole lot of yards after that one.
No.
For blocking both defenders that were back there.
Well, they also say, yeah. Well, that's what happens when you have 2 blockers on 1 defender there. They had 2 Commanders on 1 Cowboy, which doesn't leave you a lot of blockers for the rest of the people.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody's probably unblocked.
I thought he was going to fair catch that one anyway, but he didn't.
Yeah.
But I don't think he picked up much yardage.
No, don't think so either. So
is NFL Network running a thing on this as far as giving us yardage and all that stuff?
let me check. Well, let me see. Yeah, they got Red Zone going where they'll show highlights from all the games going on.
Well, there's only one,
so yeah.
I think we're pretty good.
Oh, I know. NFL Network. We looked earlier. They've got 3 random replays playing during these 3 games. Remember?
Oh, do they really?
Remember earlier when we were trying to catch the Lions game over there?
Yeah.
And they had some old Lions or some old game. It was from like last week or something.
What do they have going on live right now?
Well, let me see what I can pull up here.
I just want details.
Yeah, game details. Here we go.
Yeah, this is what I want to see.
All right. This might be a little bit ahead of us, so.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see where we were. All right. From the 20-yard line.
Yeah, I mean,
1st and 10.
Not a bad place to have gone for a fair catch on that one. Howell throws it, finds number 4 there, Curtis Samuel, and gets about 9 yards.
Gets up to the 29-yard line, so it'll be 2nd down and 1.
Yep. So here we go. Let's see. Who are we looking for here on this next play? Probably
Gibson.
Say a run play here. I don't know whether I would want to go with your Brian Robinson there, try and get the easy yardage.
Yeah, I think they're gonna.
Unless they're resting him for some reason.
They're gonna run it.
Yeah, there's Gibson in the backfield and gets no gain.
Nope.
Gets back to the line of scrimmage though, which is good, I guess.
So do you go with another run play or short pass play here with 3rd and 1?
I would probably plan on your on having at least 1 or 2 receivers, maybe 1 wide receiver and a tight end go over the middle, but having the running back planning a
delayed run.
Yeah, potentially a delayed run again if the Cowboys cover the middle of the field like we are very used to seeing them.
If it's a delayed run, it's going to be Howell because there's no one in the backfield.
Yeah, no, and he just throws flip pass there to Curtis Samuel.
But he did.
Gets the first down and a little more.
Yeah, but he did roll out to the left, so he could have done a run play option there.
Yeah.
I mean, pass run option.
Yeah, if Samuel wasn't open there.
Right.
But he finds Samuel for a first down, Commanders. Uh-oh. Here we go. Let's see.
All right, from the 33-yard line of the Commanders.
Is that Cowboy over the line?
I don't know.
It looked like encroachment or offsides to me. Can we get a replay on that?
3 yards on a pass play to Gibson. So it'll be 2nd down, and 2nd down and 8 is what they're calling it. So 2 yards.
I'm surprised. Well, not surprised necessarily, considering that it's the Cowboys and they got away with it. But I mean, that definitely looked like it was over the line. Okay, watch this Cowboy who gets on like that knee stance there, number 97.
Oh, that was a false start.
Yeah,
on the offense.
It's going to be a 5-yard penalty.
Yeah.
But, I mean, look at how close he gets to that line, though. I mean, I'm shocked he didn't get... So, yeah, Logan Thomas, the tight end, getting dinged for it. I'm shocked that they haven't called 97 yet on a offsides because he creeps very close to that edge. And I wouldn't be shocked if he rolled past it.
2nd down and 13 here.
It actually kind of reminds me of that... of the Chiefs lineman who was...
run play.
Yeah, he goes nowhere.
Might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, which means it's going to be 3rd down and 13.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and of course it has to be a tongue twister of a name there, number 97. Osa...
Yep, common spelling.
Osa Odigazua.
God bless you.
So, yep. And, of course, it was the guy who's been creeping closer and closer to that line of scrimmage who makes that stop. 3rd and
13. Do you just get a few yards to punt away, or do you actually go for a pass play here?
I think you got to go for the pass.
You got to go for the pass. You're down by 10 points.
Yeah, you don't. You can't risk punting it away. Are you kidding me?
That didn't even look like a good defensive play. We'll see.
I'm gonna say
Number
maybe
2
on the
Lewis
replay
was on the defense, but it looked like it was in and out of the hands of the. Was a little bit behind the receiver.
Jordan Lewis. He's like the 5th string cornerback.
Yeah, well, he played like a 5th string cornerback because it wasn't anywhere near. So Washington's going to be punting it away.
Yeah, now they got to hope for a... Oh!
Looked like a potential block in the back there, but I don't know if he ever got...
I say, can you tackle somebody who doesn't have the ball? Because they brought him down. They brought down one of the Commanders guys took down somebody on the return.
No, that was a Dallas guy that
tripped over himself.
Tripped over himself.
Okay,
trying to block the Washington.
I just saw contact between the two of them, and then what looked like potentially the Commander pulling, and then the trip, and which I thought was a result of the pull from the commander, but yeah.
I mean, the commander would have no reason to be pulling on him.
He
needed to get downfield.
Yeah.
So 57-yard punt to the Dallas 12.
We've seen a lot of stuff tonight that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to do.
The Turpin was the receiving.
Cavante
received
Turpin.
the punt, went back 5 yards to the 17-yard line. So Dallas will take over on their 17-yard line, 1st and 10, when we come back from timeout.
Timeout?
I mean,
commercial.
Commercial break.
I was gonna say I didn't think either
not
team
an
would.
official timeout, a TV timeout.
Yeah, gotta go pay for some of this here show, right?
Yeah. They actually do call them TV timeouts.
All right. Well, looks like we're all pretty much set up. What time is? Let me see what time the Sunday night thriller is supposed to be. Okay, 8:20. So
I'll be watching that one from bed.
Yep, I'll be down here calling it with you guys. So
not that I have to go to work tomorrow.
I do.
You do? Oh, you do. Tomorrow's Friday, but you don't have to go in until 7.
Yeah, which is why I'm gonna miss the game. As I say, if I were my normal 5 to 2, I would definitely do the Dolphins Jets game with you. No doubt about it.
Yep.
So yeah, when we get back from commercial break, I'm gonna start putting together the next stream. If you want to take the Cowboys drive.
Did you find the that commercial a little humorous?
No, I wasn't really paying attention to the commercials.
So it was Lady Gaga doing a commercial for a nausea medicine. I don't know about you, but Lady Gaga makes me nauseous. So.
Oh, maybe that's why that sponsor is on the Rick Ware racing machine every week, because that's also Rick Ware's primary sponsor on the 51 car. Yeah, because their drivers are not exactly the best for me either. So
all right, let's see what Dak Prescott can do here. And that was to Pollard, and he lost a yard, so it'll be 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, and showing just some highlights from earlier in the game when they were pressuring the QB.
All right, 2nd down and 11. Prescott back in the... Way overthrows 87. Ferguson. 3rd down and 11. Deep in their territory, so... So you got to expect a pass play here from the 15-yard line. Dallas is 3rd and 11. Dak is scrambling, throws the pass wide open. Who's
Brandon
that?
Cooks, number 3. Brandon Cooks. So Brandon Cooks on the reception there.
Wide open on that pass. Dallas 1st and 10 on their own 41 here. Oh, it's a delayed run. 9 more yards for Pollard.
Yep.
Be 2nd down and 1.
It's Seattle Sea Chickens, right?
I think so.
Okay. Is that with 1 Z or 2 Z's?
That's definitely 2 Z's.
All right, 2 of these at the end of the chickens.
Yeah.
Would be 3 chicken, or would be 3 Z's if they have to put in Drew Lock again.
It's a long one, but it's...
Yeah. Oh, fakes the handoff, throws it up to CD.
Oh, over the top.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought CD came down with it, but then I see him pointing, and it's like, wait, where's the ball? It only looked like he caught it. To me, at least.
I think it hit off the top of his hands.
All right.
Schmegel's trying to call me.
Oh, okay. You want to go ahead and take that?
No, I told her to text me.
Oh, okay. All right. And they're going for the tush push with
no push or no tush.
Yeah, and there's a flag. I wonder what the flag's for. Is this going to be offsides? Illegal formation? False start?
They had two men moving.
Yeah, illegal motion on tight end Sean McKeon.
I don't know. Didn't look like it to me. He got his hand down before the snap.
Yeah, I didn't say specifically. I didn't see any motion for
well,
it to be
the
illegal
motion would have been putting his hand down. He was too late putting his hand down, but I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
So 3rd down and 6 on the 5-yard penalty. Dak with the pass gets the 1st down and more to CD Lamb.
There we go. Let's go.
14-yard pass. That pass went to the 41-yard line of Washington, it looks like. Yep. Is Dak ever not in the shotgun?
Yeah, he's been under center more than Howell has today.
Has he really?
We had this conversation in the first half too.
Oh. See, that's the fun thing about getting old. You don't remember anything you talked about, so it's all new.
Yep.
Dallas calls a timeout, their first one of the half.
Gotta love how long San Francisco 49ers name has to be when you're dealing with a character count.
All right, let's see what the daughter wanted. She didn't text me.
Must not have been anything important then.
All right, we are at the end of the 3rd quarter, so they're going to be coming back in the 4th quarter with Dallas up 20-10 over the Commanders. Nobody scored in that quarter, so this will come down to a 4th quarter. Commanders are holding in there. I'm pretty impressed with this team. Again, for a 4-7 record, I think they really have some potential.
Yeah. Well, like some other 4-7 teams that I know.
Yeah. And some that are up there in record that really don't have any potential, like my Jets.
I was trying to give you a chance to brag about your Jets there when I was setting you up for it.
My Jets right now. The only thing I can brag on
is that you have a better record than you should.
Is I have a better record than I should. I have a really good defensive back. I have a really good
WR1.
WR1, a really good RB1.
You've got all the great pieces around him, just need a quarterback.
And a line.
Yeah.
I don't have an offensive line.
True.
All right, Dallas is up here. Pollard gets the ball.
You don't have a healthy
6-yard run. 6-yard run from Tony Pollard. Takes it up to the 35-yard line.
Trying to think of who the other receiver at the Seahawks was.
2nd down and 4 for Dallas.
Lockett.
I don't know if he caught that pass or not. If so, it was a 6-yard pass, or not a 6-yard pass because he was 6 yards deep. So it was about a 2-yard pass.
Which we always love, a good 2-yard pass.
Actually, it was a 1-yard pass. 3rd and 3. Dak back for the pass. Oh, he's just going to... No, he didn't just throw it away, but it incomplete. So it's going to be 4th down and 3 deep in the Dallas part of the field. So it's going to have to be a punt.
Yep.
No, this isn't the Dallas end of the field. This is actually in the Washington end of the field. I forgot they switched ends here.
It's still too far. That's too far to kick it.
Oh, we'll see. Brandon Aubrey out for field goal. Oh, it's not that far.
Well, remember
34, 44.
Okay, so he can kick that, but he missed an extra point earlier.
Yeah, 40,
okay.
52 yards.
All right.
So Dallas goes up 23-10 on the field goal.
Yeah, still don't understand how you end up missing a What? Oh, you need your thing.
Thank you.
I was changing over the scoreboard, and because I did that, the chat thing popped up.
Yeah.
I can probably size the chat actually up better. If
I like the chat thing, but nobody's chatting with us, so.
Yeah. There we go.
I suppose it is Thanksgiving.
Yep. People probably spending time with their families.
Which I appreciate.
Yep, which we are doing.
Yes. And we did.
Yep.
And we will do more.
Yep. Especially considering what tomorrow is.
The day after Thanksgiving.
And my sister's birthday. So
a very, very, very special birthday. Ryan's sister turns 20 tomorrow. 20 years old.
Yep. Okay, autocorrect is telling me it's the Seahawks, not the Sea Chickens.
Really?
That's unfortunate.
I don't think that's right.
I was hoping to be calling the Sea Chickens game tonight.
I'm really hoping that the Burleys aren't watching our stream right now. Because they're from Seattle and they're big Sea Chickens fans. And I think it's also Ed's birthday today.
All right.
Happy birthday, Ed. Hope you're watching your Sea Chickens tonight.
And as a part-time 49ers fan, I hope that they can't find the win. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yep. Not good.
Prayer request.
Yep. Alright, redirect. That way it'll redirect them to the...
All right, so here comes the kickoff from Dallas to the Commanders, in and out of the end zone. So the Commanders will take over at their 25-yard line, 1st and 10.
With a long way to go because they need 2 touchdowns now to make this one out.
They need 2 touchdowns, and they have 13:36 on the clock. So they have plenty of time.
But stopping the Dallas offense is going to be the tough part after you get the... and that's assuming that you get the touchdown here.
But they've got to come up with some solutions to this Dallas defense.
Yeah. And solutions to the Dallas defense don't look like that. Although, maybe... No. Oh, yep, nope. There's the sack.
Yeah. 7-yard sack, not necessarily what you're looking for defense.
No, that's exactly what the defense is looking for.
Yeah. Not if you're the offense.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not the blocking that you're looking for. I thought for a
Micah
moment...
Parsons is just a beast.
Yeah.
Look at that. And he even comes back and gets the sack.
Yeah, well, I thought for a moment, I thought Howell had escaped the pressure like we'd seen him do a couple of times, but then just couldn't find an open receiver there after that. But now it's 2nd and 17. You got a lot of yards. Hey, you know what? Good way for Sam Howell to continue his leading the league in passing.
Oh, that one was taken down by 14. Bell.
Yep. We called his name earlier tonight.
Yep.
Josh, or no, not Josh.
Incomplete pass.
Yeah, Marquise. Wait. What number was it?
14.
Okay, I've got Marquise Bell here wearing 41. Not sure who number 14 on the defense is.
Not unless my dyslexia is kicking in.
Jabril Cox is wearing number 14.
Not there, he's not. 3rd and 17 here for the Commanders.
Yeah, you got to find something
here. He gets the big pass play. Oh, he gets the big pass play, but comes up a yard short.
Pringle.
4th down and 1. Do you go for it? You're deep in your end zone here. Deep in your territory. You got to. You got to go for it.
One thing to remember is that the only team all year that's been able to stop the tush push is the Commanders. They're the only team that's been able to stop the Eagles on that tush push, so maybe they learned a thing or two.
Yeah, but you got to remember,
it's not an easy thing to replicate.
Washington is not the city of brotherly shoves, so.
No, but they are also the only team that's been able to stop the brotherly shove. So, from Philadelphia specifically.
Howell's back for a pass. He's going to get
sacked again, and that's really not good.
That is a big turnover on downs right there.
Yeah, and this game is pretty well over at that point, I think.
10-yard sack.
Feels weird to be saying that with 12 minutes on the clock here, but
if you can't,
this game is going to be tough if you can't force a turnover. The number 90 there on the defense, let's say, watch him.
I didn't see anyone near the line.
No, he didn't cross the line. I just saw a bunch of motion, and I wasn't.
He was trying to get the offensive line to jump.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure exactly where he was because we didn't have a great sideline view of that until I was saying it.
So Dallas is 1st and 10 at the 24, and
heavy dose of Mike
Parsons.
Dose of Pollard. Yeah, the other player with a P in the last name.
Gets a yard, so 2nd down and 9.
Yep.
I don't mind the heavy dose of Pollard.
I would drop a pass play here. Maybe look at Brandon Cooks or
you don't want to pass because you want to make sure you keep the clock running if you're Dallas.
I don't know. And do something to keep them guessing though, because I think right now this, especially off that line, it looks like it. It looked like they were very much ready for it.
I was saying you're going to keep the clock running if you complete passes like that.
Yep, and there's Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, 8-yard pass.
Yeah, because CD Lamb is more your deep threat receiver, so you definitely aren't going to be looking towards him. But, I'll put Brandon Cooks in the slot there. I think he's a 29-year-old receiver at this point. So, I'm going to say him in the slot makes a lot of sense here. Now you run it with Pollard. Try and run it up the middle, although I see receivers off to the left and right, so they could try. And they're going to pass it. And they...
Deep pass to the end zone. CD
Lamb. Let's go. CD Lamb.
That helps you and hurts me.
Yeah. Touchdown. Let's go. All right. So that's now what? That's going to be 29 points for the Cowboys.
That was a nice route by CD Lamb. Which I can say just about every time he goes out for a pass, but that was a really nice route.
Yeah.
Look, he faked inside and then just went right straight outside.
There's a reason I drafted him. And a reason why you should have drafted him.
I had him last year.
Yep.
Well.
But you went and let auto draft do it this year.
I did go.
Oh, 2-point attempt. You're going to really try and put this game out of reach.
Well, they're trying to get a three-score lead here.
Yeah.
3-touchdown lead, actually.
I think that was out the back of the end zone. I don't think.
Looked like he was out of the end zone to me, too.
I didn't say CD Lamb on the catch, but
no way he was getting his feet down on that one.
Let's see. Where did the feet come down?
1.
2. He's in.
He did.
It's good. He might have gotten that. They're not giving it to him.
What? Was he juggling it?
Yeah, did he not have control at that point? Like, I'm going to have to see this one again.
I'm wondering if they said he didn't have control when his left foot came down. That first foot.
When his first foot came down?
Yeah.
Possible.
You got to have 2 feet down with control, so.
Just weird that the replay there didn't show the third step, which would have definitely probably been the one out of bounds.
Right.
If they were looking for the second foot with control. But, yeah, here we go. So, yeah, they're calling it a 2-point conversion failed there for the...
Well, that's the call on the field, but I think they're reviewing it. That's why...
Yeah, why they went to a commercial break. I'd be shocked if what's his name, McCarthy isn't throwing a challenge flag on that, especially with no... Oh, yep, there we go, the score... Wait, the score down there is showing 31, but that would be what would happen if the conversion worked, right?
I have no idea.
Because I have 29 over here, which is what it was before the 2-point conversion attempt.
Okay.
So they're showing, the scoreboard is saying that it worked, but then the thing on the same webpage is saying the conversion failed.
But they called it.
Yeah.
They called it as a fail, as out of bounds.
Yep. So wait and see. I'm curious to see what that looks like on the second on a second replay, because we only got that one chance to watch the replay so far.
Yeah.
So I got the stream set, so now it'll redirect all the people who are watching this one directly to the 49ers Seahawks stream, which will be probably pretty closely after this one. Can't imagine there will be much time in between.
No, it's going to be pretty close, I'd say.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. We're on multiple different commercials here.
Actually, that reminded me of something else I wanted to...
Had a real call on the field, incomplete pass on two-point attempt, under review still. All right, let's see.
All right. Gets control.
That's control. 2 hands on the ball and 2 feet.
That's a...
Yeah, that's definitely in.
Let's see what's going to happen here.
And they've changed.
Okay, they gave them the points. Okay, good. They got the right call in the end.
Yeah, 31-10 Dallas over Washington. Kickoff is out of the end zone, and so we'll be bringing it out to the 25 for the Commanders to try to mount a comeback here, but it's going to be an uphill battle.
Yeah, at this point, they're just trying to make the game a little bit closer.
They still have Gene Steratore up in the booth, so I'm sure he was telling them that we don't have sound on at all. So
Yep.
I'm sure Gene Steratore was telling them that was inbounds.
Yep. All right, let's see. 1st and 10 from the Commanders. What do you call up here? I mean, I think deep pass.
Pass.
And, yeah, there we go. He finds...
10-yard pass.
Yeah, finds
Completed.
Curtis Samuel there over the middle. Manages to get it to him.
Yeah, so 1st and 10 from the 35.
And I say, right now, this is the time to be looking for McLaurin because he's your deep threat. He's your deep threat. He's your best receiver. He's your best chance to win this game. Deep pass, and there he is. McLaurin. Not touchdown. 1st down, though.
24-yard pass.
Yeah, that was a nice deep ball there.
That was a nice deep pass. 24-yard pass.
Nice deep ball. Didn't really have to fight it.
Crosses the 50 up to the 41-yard line.
And he ran out of bounds, which is the key part there. Because at this point, you got to save as much clock as possible. Wait. What?
I don't know. 9 minutes and 34. 9 minutes and 37 seconds on the clock here.
Why is the clock running?
I don't know.
I mean, we saw him get out of bounds. Okay,
And
incomplete pass.
That'll stop the clock.
That better stop the clock. I thought running out of bounds would stop the clock
So
too.
did I.
Does it not stop the clock until you hit like the 5-minute mark?
Not unless they changed the rule this year.
I mean,
that would be a big rule to change.
Well, especially considering it's one of those rules that would help the game, the quality of the game.
So that last play was an incomplete pass. So 2nd down and 10 from the Dallas 41.
So here we go. Again, I would be looking for either McLaurin or maybe Curtis Samuel because Samuel's been a very reliable target today.
6-yard pass.
Yep, 6-yard pass. There's McLaurin. Over the middle, but I say he was in bounds. It's
Definitely
now 3rd down. You got to be careful here.
3rd and 4.
3rd and 3.
3rd and 3.
I think. Do you maybe
How do you
run
get a
it?
6-yard pass and go 3rd and 3?
I don't know, but I think you go for a. Do you maybe throw in one run here just to try and throw him off?
No, I think you go
Sideline run potentially. Nope. Oh, another pass up the middle and
incomplete pass.
Dropped by Tammy or by.
Do you go for a field goal here when you're down by 21 points? I don't think so. I think you got to go for it here.
Yeah, you're down by 21, so you need 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Now the fun part will be watching the onside kick here after they get the touchdown if they do manage to get one.
So 4th and 3.
So maybe a short flip pass to Brian Robinson. Nope, and a big pass to McLaurin, and it comes up incomplete.
Turnover on downs.
And that is going to pretty much end the day for Washington. Because there's not much you can really do at that point. All right, let's see. So, at this point, I think it's going to be the 49ers, or not the 49ers, the Cowboys are just going to try and run this clock down the most they can here. All right, here we go. 2nd and 10 for the Cowboys. Let's see what's going to happen here. Again, there's no reason to have anything but Pollard here. Run up the middle. Breaks a tackle. Gets to the 40. Down to the 37-yard line, I think. There.
27-yard run.
Yep, big run there.
I like it.
Now, here's the big question. At what point in this game do they start pulling the starters to avoid injury to guys like Pollard, CD, and Dak?
Not too soon, I hope. I need Pollard to get more rushing yards. He's got me 19 points so far today.
Yeah, well, there we go. Hand off to Dottle.
2-yard run for Dottle.
Maybe when you hit the 5-minute warning or the 5-minute mark is roughly when you pull your starters.
Maybe.
I don't know. It just kind of seems like a weird situation to be in here, where you're kind of debating pulling starters.
Dallas is at the Washington 36-yard line here.
Yeah. And I say, worst case scenario, they can probably kick it from here. But obviously, they're looking at the bigger picture of putting up another touchdown. Now, is there any reason Dak should be throwing this football? Takes a snap, shotgun pass, flips it to Pollard, I believe.
I think that's Dowdle again.
Oh, is it Dowdle?
Yeah. 2-yard run. Again.
Yep. Another 2-yard run, and it's now... But yeah, that's got to be so defeating for Dallas, though, knowing that they're on par with San Fran and Detroit, but can't get up into that top 4 seeding to try and get home field advantage for the playoffs because of the Eagles doing as well as they have. So here we go. Cowboys. Dak takes a snap, looking for the pass.
Pass play.
Deep pass. It's
touchdown Turpin.
Cavante Turpin with the touchdown Cowboys. So, backup receiver in, at the very least.
That was a 34-yard touchdown pass.
So, there we go. That's now 37 points on the board and possibly more.
And unfortunately, that means there's another touchdown pass by my opponent in fantasy.
Yeah.
That's a touchdown.
Hey, at least it wasn't the CD? Or did your opponent not have CD?
I don't have, my opponent doesn't have CD.
Oh. And they just kick the extra point here, and they actually get it. So it's going to be a 38-10 football game.
So although I have 19 points for Pollard, my opponent has 32 points for Dak.
Who's your QB that you started this week?
I've got Purdy coming up tonight.
Who were your other options, or do you not have time to change it at this point? I'm assuming.
Oh, I do have time to change it. Trevor.
Oh, Trevor against Houston?
Yeah,
that's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, and Will Levis.
Against Carolina.
That could be. I thought about it.
Because this Seahawks defense, I mean, isn't it, it was historically known as the Legion of Boom, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I know that it's not necessarily the same team from all those years ago, but it's pretty good.
Same coach.
Yeah, well, that coach had been there for every year of their existence.
Since he left USC.
Yep. Here we go. Let's see.
I now am down to a 66% chance of winning the week.
I mean, that's still more than half. I know it's going the wrong direction.
It is going the wrong direction.
But it's still more than a 50% chance.
It is. Dallas is up 38-10 now, so I think the game is pretty well in the books with 5 minutes, 59 seconds to go. Dallas to kick off.
Yep.
From right to left. Out of the end zone.
So
Washington comes out to the 25.
Now, at this point, do you put in your backup QB if you're the Commanders to avoid injury to Howell? Considering how well Howell's done, and you don't want to risk injury in a lost game. Or in a potentially lost game. Because I don't realistically see a way that they pull this one back.
I guess the question is, do you hurt Howell's confidence by pulling him? Or do you hurt Howell's confidence more by leaving him into?
Well, and I think that would be a conversation that Eric Bieniemy should have.
Oh, I'm sure he has.
Yeah, and should be like, hey, this is not a performance-based thing. This is purely out of our goal to protect you from what is it. Oh, there's Trey Lance on the sideline for the Cowboys. Looks like he's getting suited up.
It looks like, it looks like Dak is eating the turkey.
Yep.
On the sidelines.
And here we go, dropping back.
That looked like Dallas was over the. That was an incomplete.
Yeah, that was a drop pass, not a fumble, but I thought he was going to hold on to that one there. But 3rd and 7 here, and if the Commanders can't do something here, it's going to be a tough one.
That looked like that right side of the Dallas defense was over the line.
Yeah.
Which is the one you've been saying all game.
Yeah, I've been seeing a couple of times. Has been creeping closer and closer. A couple of times I was like, okay, maybe it's just, like, in particular, 97 there.
Yeah. That's the one you called the last time.
Yeah, the last 2 times. Yeah. I keep seeing him creep closer and closer. That time, I don't think he was over the line.
That was a nice pass.
Wait, if he wasn't down by contact, he got several extra yards there.
29 yards.
Yes, and that's going to be first down.
Yeah, they're going to try to get that up to the line of scrimmage quick and get it before they can review that.
I don't know, because he may have stepped out of bounds there for a moment. I'll say they don't seem in any hurry to snap the ball right now.
The referee just released it.
I know.
Can't snap it until he releases it.
Snap it right into his. Snap it to the referee, because you're not allowed to hit a referee.
Howell throws a quick pass out of bounds to stop the clock. 4 minutes, 50 seconds to go.
You see, that's that next level thinking right there. You hand it off to the referee because you can't hit the referee, right?
Do you think he's going to run in for you?
Fair enough, especially not where it's in Dallas. Wait, uh-oh. This is going to be funny. Let's see.
Don't ever play poker.
Yep. And it's intercepted. Yep.
Howell's intercepted by
Deron Bland.
And
it's a touchdown Cowboys.
Pick 6.
Yep.
If the last one wasn't the nail in the coffin, that one certainly seals it shut.
Yeah.
44-10.
What do you do here if you're the Commanders here with the final 4.5 minutes here?
You got to pull Howell here.
Yeah, pull Howell. I'd probably also pull Terry McLaurin just because you don't want him to get hurt.
Yeah.
Because there is not much you're going to be getting out of that one at this point.
Yeah, he's defeated. You can see it in his face.
And they're going to... They got to call a timeout here?
They've got to, because all the Cowboys were coming off the field from the celebration of the touchdown and couldn't get off the field in time.
So that's going to be a timeout, Cowboys.
Yes. In past years, that would have been an excessive celebration penalty.
I will say, though, I like the fact that they're allowed to celebrate.
Oh, I do, too. I think that adds to the game.
And I say, not to mention, it allows the players to show off their personalities a lot more, especially defensive players who kind of get grouped together as a unit for the most part, aside from like Micah Parsons.
But I also like the fact that the referees keep the game going.
Yeah.
So they have to call timeouts if they're going to do the excessive celebrations.
Yep.
And the kick is up, and the extra point is good. So 45-10. I think a 35-point lead is pretty well insurmountable.
Yep. So, Jacoby Brissett going in for the Commanders. Oh,
I would say somebody is going in.
Yeah. Mike McCarthy looks happy there on the sidelines.
I like Mike McCarthy. I think he's a class act.
I still want to know whether it was him or whether it was their OC that drew up the Zeke at center play still, because I still haven't heard a definitive answer as to who they were saying drew that play up. Because tell me that isn't a strange play. The Zeke at center.
Yeah, that is a strange play.
So I just want to know which one of them drew it up, and how many drugs were they on when they did it. Right?
Yep. Well, the kickoff from Aubrey is in and out of the end zone, as it has been every time this game so far. So Commanders will take over at their 25-yard line and try to do something to stop this onslaught by the Dallas Cowboys. 25 points in the last 9 minutes of the game by Dallas.
Yep, this is going to be a tough one for them. And let's see, who's in for QB? It's under center. It's still Howell. And they hand it off the middle up to Gibson. At least it's not Brian Robinson Jr. You don't want him getting hurt at this point, considering he looks like your most valuable player probably on the team.
So it looks like a 3-yard run for Gibson up to the 28. 2nd down and 7. Time is ticking off the clock. Doesn't look like Washington's in any hurry.
All right, here we go. Yep, Howell in shotgun here again. I don't know why he's out there, but handoff up the middle to
I'm glad
Gibson.
Glad they've got him in shotgun, because at least he's a lot less likely to
take a hit. Well, and I don't even know why they're trying to run the ball. I mean, granted,
they're running the ball so he doesn't take a sack.
Yeah. Well, and I guess as long as you're not running with your premier running back there, it doesn't make a big difference, because the odds of injury on a play like that.
So that was a 4-yard run to who was that to?
Gibson again.
That was Gibson again.
Yeah, number 24. He's gotten the last 2 carries, and
this is a pitch out to the left and a first down.
First down, Gibson. But
that was a nice 5-yard run.
Now, at what point do the Commanders potentially just start giving up on the game and kneeing the ball away? Or do you think they won't do that?
It's tough to do that as a team that's down.
Yeah.
The offense knees it down, but
yeah, the team that's leading will always knee it down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if the Cowboys turn this over, it's over.
Did you see that hit on?
Yeah. Did they hit him well after?
That was well after.
Okay. And where's the flag?
I can't believe that. A handoff.
Roughing the non-passer?
Right, the non-passer gets hit about 2 seconds after the handoff, and they never call it.
Are you kidding me?
Now, it was a 13-yard run for a first down, so...
I mean, the penalty might not have gotten accepted regardless, but...
And I guarantee you they're not going to show this in a replay, because it would have been against Dallas.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not like it matters much. I mean, it's 2-minute warning, so we got some time.
Yeah, there's things about the NFL that I absolutely hate.
Penalties like that one.
That is one of them.
Or lack thereof penalties.
By the way, that 13-yard first down was run by Rodriguez, so they do seem to be
pulling some of the starters.
Pulling some of the starters out. That went out to the 50-yard line, so.
Okay, tell me if the way this is worded seems weird to you. C. Rodriguez, right tackle. Was that a run play by the right tackle?
I think it was over the right tackle.
Okay, I was gonna say because I would not be calling a handoff to my right tackle.
No, actually, I can see that. They used to do it to what is it? Refrigerator Perry back in the '80s. The Bears did.
And I will say, when it comes to lineman runs, I would love to see the center snap it back to the quarterback and then take the ball back and up the middle. That'd be a fun one to see. Not sure which centers would be able to pull that one off that don't already have a good play. Because, I mean, like, for example, Jason Kelsey probably could pull that off, but they already have the tush push that can get them there anyway, unless they start banning the tush push, which I don't even know how you really ban the tush push.
Well, it used to be banned, actually. You didn't used to be able to push a runner forward. And that's a fairly new thing the NFL's allowing.
All right.
Yeah, it used to be a penalty, actually, to push a runner forward.
So, do you think they reban it now that the Eagles are finding so much success with it?
No, because it's getting so much press.
Well, what about also the fact that other teams have tried it and not been able to find the same success? I think that helps its chance of not getting penalized or not getting banned when other teams are trying it and not finding the same success. Because if it was a completely free, say 2-3 yard play, then it would be a much bigger conversation, I feel like, about it potentially getting banned.
All right, I gotta get this.
Yeah, no worries.
Out.
Yep.
Nothing important.
Yep. So here we go. Third most points on a Thanksgiving game since 1980. Here we go. 2 minutes on the clock. Takes the snap, hands it up the middle to hands it up the middle and goes absolutely nowhere. Number 23 on the carry there. I'm assuming that was Rodriguez. And the referees are trying to separate the two teams right now. The linemen, the defensive and offensive linemen there getting a little feisty between the two teams. And time continuing to tick down here. And it's 1 minute 20 on the clock, 2nd and 11. So they actually lost one on that run. So handoff up the middle once again to number 23. That's Rodriguez again on the carry. And not much of these. So the Commanders are just trying to run down the clock, it feels like at this point. One more run and it'll be over.
Yeah, this is their version of
kneeing the ball away.
The ball.
Just curious what would end up happening if they ended up on 4th down. Would they still run it and basically let the turnover on downs happen?
Probably. Yeah, because
even though the turnover,
they're over the 50-yard line, so yeah.
Yeah. And Curtis Samuel gets stopped, and they won't even need to. The play clock's bigger than the game clock remaining, so they won't even take the snap.
I wouldn't take this snap.
They shouldn't, because if you take the snap and it potentially, and you go down before the clock ends, you give the Cowboys another play to go in style on you.
So this game ends with a 45-10 Dallas over Washington win. Dallas moves to 7-3. Washington goes to 4-7. And this was a great win for the Cowboys. They really put up some major points at the end of this game and deserved this win.
Yeah, they advanced to 8-3. They tie the Detroit Lions for the second seed, even though they're not technically even fighting for the second seed at this point.
Nope, they're still in the wild card position.
Yep, which means no home game for them either, which is the bigger disadvantage there.
Yeah.
They don't get to play in Dallas for a playoff game unless they can win the division. And if they win the division, they don't even play in the wild card. Because likely whichever team wins that AFC or the NFC East is likely getting the first round bye.
Yeah. Yes. So, what time does the next game kick off?
We got about 45 minutes.
Okay. So, you're not going to go right from one to the other, but...
Yeah, but it will redirect you guys. So for anyone who is watching this one, it'll redirect you to go and click the notification button. I'm going to be off the air for about 20 minutes or so in between the two games. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, of course, hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are new so you guys don't miss any future videos or live streams. Again, I'll be back live in about 20-25 minutes for the Seahawks 49ers game, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. So we are going to see you for Bills-Eagles on Sunday?
I think I'll be here for the Bills-Eagles on Sunday.
All right.
I do want to remind you, since it's Thanksgiving, to give thanks to God for everything that you have, and give thanks to for your family, and just relish the time you have with them.
Yep. So
that's what I do with this guy.
Yep. So thank you guys all for watching, though. If you guys, we will see you guys in the next video, live stream, whatever you guys decide to do with the rest of your day. Have a great day, everybody, and goodbye.